What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dope as Usual podcast. My name is Thomas Dope as Yo. This is my co-host Marty O'Neill.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Let's get straight into the show today, guys. We'll have fun today, all right? But we're going to start off with not fun at all. We're going to start off with horrible stuff, horrible news. And if you don't watch the news, now you know. Today's what, the 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the night, it was last night, not last night, the night before. For everyone, I mean, obviously, if you don't watch the news, you don't know, but our friend Ken Flores has passed away. He's gone. And I don't know what else to say. That's it.
We found out basically like everybody else. You know what I mean? It was yesterday morning. Just seen it pop up on Twitter and shit. And
I didn't see anything. I was like, Marty called me and he's like, yo, all right, do this. I'm like, I'm going back to sleep. I'm going to sleep for 20 more minutes. And then you called me. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I just talked to Ken. That's not true. And yeah.
So we were just as shocked as everybody else. And it really felt horrible having to break that news to everybody and knowing how hurt everybody in the community was going to be.
It's really lame, dude. It's the worst, actually. I'm trying to think about it all day. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think there's been like an official, at this point, like release a cause of death or anything, but I read,
just says cardiac arrest.
I read cardiac arrest. And yesterday I was going back watching his episodes, and there was just so much foreshadowing and him talking about all his health issues and everything that was going on. And, you know, we were just extremely fortunate to, you know, he came up watching the Dope as Yola videos, watching Storytime, watching the podcast and stuff. And for him to be able to come on here and just spread so much laughter throughout the world and just be somebody directly from our community that was such a go-getter, that was out here chasing his dreams, and not just chasing them, but doing it, really getting after it. For him to come on and just share a story like he did, it was just very special.
Yeah, I think the first time he came on here, he left and we're like, that's the funniest person we've ever had on the show.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. That was some, you know, it was like energy like we had never felt before. I saw on the clips, like we were saying, this is the funniest episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
And it was. You know, he brought that same energy that, on that famous clip of Joey Diaz on Alex Jones where he just starts
going crazy. That was ours.
That was Ken Flores, but just all the time.
Yeah.
Like he would catch, and you know, it was really interesting. Then I watched back the second episode yesterday too, and he had like matured in his storytelling.
You could tell there wasn't so much stuttering right there.
Murdering.
Yeah.
He knew he had us both just crippled, and he just kept pressing the go button.
And he knew.
Like watching your reactions to him tell these goddamn stories is funny as him telling the stories, because there was just so outlandish.
It's all truth.
And he was just so brutally honest and just didn't care about anything.
I had a blood sugar myself. The funniest thing I've ever heard. I don't want nobody to know. So I just held it in.
He's like, picture one of the workers in the bathroom lifted up my polos out of the toilet. Right? He's like, I clogged the toilet. There's too much. It's too much.
Sorry. That shit's funny as hell.
It's too much.
Yeah, no, dude. Ken was very cool. He was really cool. He was a great person. He came and did our live show with no hesitation. Came out and just had fun with us.
Came out all the way to Palm Springs. I watched that back too. There is basically an unreleased Ken set that lives on Unrestricted.
And that shit's funny, dude.
It really is. It's ridiculous. We should put it out somewhere.
We should just put that part out.
There was about a half hour of Ken when he came out. He was one of the guests on our first ever live podcast. We only brought 3 people. We brought OG, Goblin, Bam Bam, and Ken, who had only been on the show once.
Who'd you just say? Bam Bam?
No, like Bam. We brought OG, Goblin, Bam Bam. You know they're coming. Top 2 fan favorites.
I was searching, trying not to be rude. Like, who do we call Bam Bam? Yeah. I was trying not to be like, who?
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
And then Ken, and Ken was somewhat newer to the show or whatever, but we knew he was a fan favorite, and he came out and showed us that support, and that was huge because Ken's one of the biggest rising comics in the world, and reflecting now, looking at like just how strong, you guys got to understand, I'm cut from the cloth of the LA comedy scene from 10 years ago. I came up working behind the scenes with Rogan and Theo and all their friends that were the golden era of the early 2000s of stand-up comedy in LA. And it's like, you look at it now and you see Ken and Ralph and Renee and Concrete and Thomas and Duno and this group of the comedians that are coming out of this community, coming out of LA. And it's like, I see that and it's like, damn, that's that golden era coming back. It's that next wave of that years at the Comedy Store. And, you look at Rogan, you look at all his friends and see what an impact that had. They all have their own podcast. They're all superstar headliner comedians now for the most part. So, Ken was a major part of that. Ken was damn near the tip of that spear. And, what he was able to accomplish coming out of Aurora and Chicago over these past couple of years, coming out to LA just by himself. This man was damn near homeless a couple of years ago. This man was on one, and he got his shit together and had hella health problems and obstacles that he could have let keep him back. And, he fought through that shit. He just recorded his special. This man, his special is his first special on Kevin Hart's label or whatever is like still just being edited at like.
It's done. It's done.
It's done.
I'll talk to you about it right now. Yeah, it's done.
But from the world of comedy, from the world of podcasting, from the world of just us, from the show, this community and people that have come on and told their stories and we're just cut from our cloth, like there's not a really one. You can see on the set now, he's going to be up there for good. Very strange, very weird.
Very weird. Okay, so I always soak things in. I told you about, at concerts, I'll take a quick video and I'll be done. And I'm going to just watch everything. I've been to so many of Ken's sets. It's ridiculous. And I told you every time, that fool is too funny to contain it. No matter what this guy says at any show. I've seen about 7 of Ken's sets. And even though he's working on the same set, it was always morphing into what was happening right then and there, and then it'd come back to it. So me, before I ever stepped foot on stage, I went to like 4 Ken shows, just watching from the side because I'm a comedy fan. I go to a lot of shows. So seeing the first time we saw him live, I did not expect that is what he did. Like, excuse me, he can rip you apart in the mid bit, come back to his set. And it was so good, dude. And it was always so goofy and over the top. And
he was shocking us doing that during the podcast last episode. I noticed that. Like, bro, you remembered what we were talking about?
He'd bring it back. So he'd be talking shit to some girl and then go, back to what I was saying. Fucking shake his head and shit. And then, so I've been to a lot of his sets, dude. And then like 4 months ago, I went to, right after our live show, he hit me up. He's like, yo, I'm going to go to chill with Renee if you want to come out. I'm like, all right, cool. So Renee Vodka had a couple sets. I went with Ken. I met up with him outside. We were about to smoke a joint. And then a bunch of people in the car parked next to me freaked out because they love Ken. And he did his thing. He's like, give me a buzz ball. I'll drink a little bit with you. Blah, blah, blah. And then, they're all hyped. We went inside, watched the show. And Ken's like, you know what? I'm going to get on stage. And he just did like a 20-minute set. And I'm sitting there watching it like, when people are like, oh, I don't want to try like too hard to make it look like I'm trying. It's like, it's a different, when you're talking to somebody like, hey, what are we going to do later? Oh, you're going to go on? And it turn off. Like friend is gone, performer's on now. Like you could see the switch of this fool get up there and like, wow. And that was like 10 months ago. And that's before I ever got on stage like, wow, one day I'm going to do that. But that is scary. And I told him, I was like, dude, I want to do it so bad, but I'm nervous. He's like, fool, you just got to get up. Like, just go. He's like, just do it. You retell stories. Just get up there and do that. I'm like, nah, I'll do it. He's like, you better fucking do it. I'm like, I'll do it. And then I brought OG to the show. And then we went to the Ha Ha Comedy Club. And that's when he did the meet and greet when me and him were chilling at the front. And he was drunk as it gets. But he took like 12 shots during the end of his set, like talking shit to everybody. And he kept going. And then at the end, I could hear he's like, oh, dude, I was so drunk. I'm like, I know, I'll hold you up a little bit. Let's take his picture. And then he did his meet and greet. I'm like, damn, dude, this is really cool, man. This is epic. Sorry, that was the first night. Go back to Renee. He does his set. And I'm like, hey, this is what you do? He's like, every night. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. We walked out of the Ha Ha Comedy Club. He did his set. I'm like, what are you doing right now? He goes, oh, I'm going to go do my set at the Comedy Store. I was like, wait, you just did a set. He goes, no. This is like, I'm working things out. I wasn't on the list. I'm going to try out my stuff. I have to do my real set at the Comedy Store. And I said, Ken, you just did a set, had such a fun time, and now you're going to do another one at the Comedy Store? He's like, yeah, my Uber's here. And I told him, I was like, yo, I really like your life. And that's what I told him, like, I love this. This is incredible. He goes, bro, you got to work. And he's like, I'll fucking do 9 shows a night. I'm just trying to get better. Like, that's incredible to hear. And I remember I smoked a joint in my car outside the comedy club. I don't know. I was just sitting there by myself. One of the few times I didn't bring Rosie. And it's like, damn, dude, I'm going to do this with him. I'm gonna try to do this. And didn't do nothing. 4 months later, still nervous. Still, I don't want to get on stage. And then what happened? Ken was sitting right here.
Biggest G move of all time.
Yeah, he was sitting right here. He's like, no one's opening for me. You should open for me. It's the last city of my tour.
The biggest venue in Orange County.
The biggest one. The biggest improv in the world. It's the biggest improv, any improv. And you guys saw it on the show. He asked me, like, you should open for me. Hurry up. You do it. And then after, he's like, come on, just do it. It's like, you're not going to get up. I'm going to have to force you to get up and do it. I was like, all right, thank you. And how I don't know, as nervous as it gets, dude. And then we're in the back. Day finally comes. I get there. And the thing is, Ken's like a fan of our stuff. Like, he watches my story time since he was... I talked to Chins, his manager. He's like, dude, you know what's crazy is we used to watch you every day, and now we get to see Ken on your show as the craziest shit. He's like, because we watched you before you had the show. He's like, watch your story time. I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible, dude. So I'm sitting back there. So I'm sitting there, you know, Ken's texting me, oh, I appreciate you doing the show. And I'm like, bro, I appreciate you letting me do that. What the you are I know you don't understand, but you're a major comic that's going to be massive. And you're letting me do this? Thank you. So we're in the back. I got there like 2 hours early, so we're in the back there. So I have like a bunch of pictures. Ken's just getting his haircut. And everybody's eating chicken wings or some shit. And I was like, this is what comics do? All right, cool. It's my first time doing anything. So I'm like, this is what comics do. Okay, we're just chilling back here. And then someone goes in the bathroom and goes, don't take a shit in there. He just yells at it. I'm like, why? He goes, you don't take shit in the green room. I go, noted. Thank you. Then he started getting me like a little game on certain... you know, comics, like, you know, you watch out for this, you need to be careful of this when fools start saying this. Because we were just talking, it came up, and he's like, not like he's giving me the playbook. I brought something, he goes, oh, yeah, that people will do that. He was just talking about comics trying to mess you up and throw you off right before you go up. I was like, people do that? He goes, people are weird. But he's like, they just want to look a little better. And if you have an advantage, you're going to look better. I'm like, really? Anyway, he's explaining all these things to me. Yeah, then I remember we went out. I was waiting to go up, and I'm looking at this fool. I'm like, he's like, are you ready? He's like, this is it. He's like, this is your new shit. I was like, all right, thank you. And I walked out, did my set, came out, power smoked a joint because I was so nervous still. And then I went out right when he started. I'm like, nah, I got to watch the set. I'm at a comedy show, and I get to watch it from the side. Yeah, I'm not missing it. So I stood on the side. Remember by the tables? I stood by the side and just watched the set the whole time. And like I said earlier about like absorbing moments and like taking it in. I remember I'm looking at Ken, and I'm looking at the very back of the room. And I'm looking like, when I'm 80, I'm going to remember this right here. This is cool. Watching somebody control every single person's emotions in the room, making them die laughing. And I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, oh, I know what part. I know Ken's set. I know every word of it. I've seen his set like 7 times. And I'm like, oh, this part's about to be funny as hell. And then he switched it up and it was even better than the first. I'm like, oh, you got me. I was waiting for you to say the line and you just made it better. And I'm just sitting there watching like, man, this is cool. This is fun. This is what I want to do. And I remember, like, the reason I bring it all up is because he didn't have to do any of that. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to do that at all. I think it was 2 days later, Ken called me, and I was like, oh, what's up, dude? And he just sounded so happy. He's like, guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, Fluffy's manager just asked me about you, wants your number. Keep your phone on. And I told you, I was like, what? He's like, I don't know what it means, but it's not good. Keep your phone on. It's like, all right. He's like, yeah. He was asking me about you. I told him all about your stuff. I'm like, once again, Ken, you're the man. Thank you so much for doing any of this stuff. So yeah, last week we had Ralph Barbosa on. Wow, that was last week. Last week we had Ralph on and did the episode, and he was sitting right there with his dad. He's like, hey man, do some time. I was like, I will do that. He goes, for real? I'm like, I will take that time right now. He goes, all right, be there tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And go, oh, all right. Tomorrow. Yeah, he's like, come on tomorrow. Another thing, when I did the improv thing with Josh Wolf and all them, Ken showed up. When I went to the green room, he was like, what's up? I'm like, yep. What's up? He's like, I just want to come support your shit. I'm like, I fucking love this dude.
Wasn't even performing.
He wasn't even performing. He just came to say hi and be like, yo, it's your first shit, so I want to see it. This is before I ever did the improv with the La Brea with him.
Remember he came through with the grill. I was like, this motherfucker.
No, he wanted that. Wait, you did it? And then like 2 weeks ago, he FaceTime. Oh my God. Damn, I forgot about all this. Damn, dude. Dude, weird. Ugh. Time is so weird. This is like not even a week before this. He FaceTimed me from someone I used to know from Chicago. Someone I know from Chicago. And he FaceTimed me, what's up, Ken? He was, oh, sorry, I'm shit-faced. I was like, that's good. I was like, he's like, look. And he bought a iced out AP. And he's like, I'm just going to be like you. I'm like, that shit has diamonds. Mine doesn't have diamonds. He's like, I know. I was like, that's hard. He
was absolutely flooded.
He was so excited about it. He's like, you know what, man? I like you, dude. If I didn't know you were a comedian, I'd be like, what rapper or producer is this guy?
He brought rapper vibes to comedy. He's constantly doing. But he said that. He's like,
yeah, he's like, I'm the only comedian with grill. Like, that's the point. Just a little. It's like, you know what? You're right. So I remember he FaceTimed me, and he's like, oh, sorry. Dude, Ken FaceTimed me like 30 times over this past year. Drunk as hell. I'm with one of your fans. Because every one of his shows, someone goes, I saw you on the podcast. I love his shit. So I'm FaceTiming him right now. So if Ken would FaceTime me every time I knew it was past the sun was down, Ken's he's calling me because he's with a fan or something. And he would always be, I'm sorry for bugging you. I'm like, what do you not understand that you're never going to bug me ever? You're my friend now. I know you now. You're my friend. You're not bugging. And then Ralph, fast forward, Ralph asked us to go to perform, right? So I get there, I'm prepping, I'm doing my stuff. I do my set. And it went so good, right? Like I finally got it to where I wanted it, and I timed it. Finally got my timing down to where I'm like, oh, let it breathe. Let people laugh. Give it a pause. And I finally got there. And I get off stage. Oh, we haven't talked about it. I get off stage, and right when I'm walking to the green room, some dude taps me. He's like, hey, I love that. I'm an agent from so. I won't get into it, but he's like, I know you through Josh Wolf. Josh talks about you. And he's just an agent. He's like, you do stand-up? That was awesome. That was funny. This is your first time. Like, what is going on? I'm like, oh man, this is great. I walk upstairs, and the first human being I see upstairs is Ken. And I'm like, bro. He's like, I saw you were performing. Renee's here. I'm like, oh. And I was like, dude, you show up at everything I've done, and I was like, I really appreciate it. He's like, come on, man, I'm just supporting. I love you. And I was like, I love you, fool. Thank you for that. And then we're sitting there talking about nothing for a long time. And it's me, that dude, Saul Trujillo, and David Lucas, and me and Ken, and we're just sitting there chilling, and there's a bar upstairs. And like 10 minutes later, I look over, and Ken's standing there playing Connect 4. And I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, oh, I'm just getting ready for work. He's like, I just clocked in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm not really at work, but like, I'm waking up. It's 10. You know what I mean? This is the time I start waking up and start doing my job. I was like, damn, fool, you do this all the time. I always tell him, like, this is what you do? Like, this is awesome. He goes, I love it. And then I remember when he said it, I'm like, oh, man, that's not good. Don't. But the first thing I thought about when I heard that Ken was gone was this. The blonde chick, the bartender. Ken's like, take a drink with me. I'm like, you know what? That was so funny. He's like, yeah, celebrate. You got a good set. Take a drink. I was like, all right. I'm getting the drink. I'm going to pay. And she's like, oh, you don't pay up here. Like, this is the comics bar. You don't pay for anything. I'm like, what? Ken's like, don't pay up here. I'm like, all right. And then as she's getting the drink, I'm like, yo, this is where you hang out? And then he looked at me and he goes, dog, that's why I'm almost dying all the time. It's like, it's too fun. This is the most fun. I could party all night. And I went, hey, calm down with that shit. That's not good. But also I understand why you're always here. But I remember he's had that. He was grabbing the drink and he's just like, yeah, that's why I'm almost dying all the time. And I was like, I can. And I told him, like, I get it.
Meaning being hospitalized and having issues.
He's like, before I get faded, there's a kitchen here. I'm on stage doing everything I want to do ever. I walk out and everybody's like, love you, love you, love you. Want a drink? I love you.
It's the ultimate dopamine hit.
Constant. He can walk out and he can't. He can't walk out. Like, he can walk out, but he's just going to get bombarded by people going, love you.
It's that Chris Farley shit.
It's that Chris Farley shit, 100%. So I'm talking to him. And Renee comes up, like, hey, fool, let's go on stage with Ralph. And I'm like, bro, please do it. Like, yes, I want to see all three of you. I'm a comedy fan.
You're talking about like 4 nights ago, basically, right?
This is last Tuesday. Today's Thursday. It was 8 days ago, 9 days ago. And so we go downstairs and we're in the hallway. And it's just me and Ken talking for like 20 minutes. And I'm just talking to him like, so what's up with your set? What's up with the fucking special? And he's like, yo, it's done editing. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, so when does it come out? Like, send me everything. I'm going to post a shit out of it. Whatever you need, come do the show again. And I'm like, so what network? He's like, we're shopping it. And he went like that. And I was like, oh, you're such a flexing motherfucker, dude. He just looks at me. He's like, we're shopping it right now. I'm like, oh my God.
Meaning Netflix,
Hulu, Amazon, whoever wants to do HBO. And I told him, I was like, damn, fool, you're about to blow up. He goes, I know. I'm like, this is so sick, dude. And then we're just sitting there talking, and we're just talking about like the improv. He's like, so what you want to do? You're going to talk to Rita. I'm going to introduce you to Rita. And you're going to come here, just try to get some time. You got 10 minutes? Hey, you got a spot? Come do the lab. Come do that. He's like, you need to just be here all the time, working it and working it and working. I told him, I was like, bro, I'm so down. And I was all hyped up off of my set. So I'm like, yes. Ken's what, 6 years, 7 years younger than me? And I'm looking at him like, you're the seasoned guy. You tell me what to. And I was always asking, what do you think I should do? And I didn't want to bug him that night because I was like, you know what? That's the set. I'll hit him up in a couple of days and ask. But I wanted to ask him, like, yo, any time you have time, I will fucking open. I'll do whatever any 5 minutes. I don't care. You let me know. I was like, you know what? Nah, everybody celebrate. Let's just hang out. Let's just chill. And then he's talking, and we're right across the kitchen. So we're looking in the kitchen. I'm talking. I'm like, so what's up with these? We're like, oh, that's so-and-so. He's like, he's going to make you anything you want. He's like, that's so-and-so. He's like, that's why I'm so fat. And he's like, it's too fun. He kept saying, it's too fun here. I was like, I get it, dude. And I kept telling him, I understand. And then we walked to the back of the crowd, and he introduced me to the lighting person, the assistant. He was like, yo, this is where you check in. This is where you get your check. He's like, yo, this is Thomas. Meet him. You're going to see him a lot more. I'm going to be bringing him. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you, man.
Nobody gets their hand held through comedy.
No. And then we're sitting there talking, and then Ralph was like, yo, I'm going to bring my friends on stage. And then they go on stage, and for almost 2 solid hours, they were up there. Must have take 12 shots. I have the whole thing on tape. I have the whole thing I got the improv thing. So the whole time, I'm just standing on the stairs watching. Like, I'm a fan, dude. Like, I really like comedy. So I'm watching these guys like, this is.
It looks so fun from the pictures.
From all three of them, like, these are the next big comedians right here. And the whole time, I never want to put no one down. But the whole time I'm sitting there like, Ken is the funniest fool in this room. That's all I kept thinking, because he was sitting on next to the piano while Ralph and Renee were talking, and you can see he's just like waiting to talk. And I'm sitting there like, that fool's so funny. It's kind of uncontainable.
Yeah.
He's just, everything about what he does is hilarious. And then someone dropped a lime, and I saw his drunk ass pick it up and go and eat it because he was going to throw up. I told him after, maybe you pick that lime up off the ground. He looked at me like, oh yeah, I saw it, fool. I can see you, because he turned his back and ate it. I was like, oh, bro, it was dirty. Everyone stepped. I'm like, you sucked the juices out of that shit? Okay. So there's a picture Rocco got. And then Ralph took his jacket off. He's like, yo, do the Chris Farley thing. And he gave him the jacket. In my head, I'm like, ooh, I don't even like joking about shit like that. And he put the jacket on all stuck. I'm like, and he just started doing the Chris Farley shit. And I'm like, I love Chris Farley, and he's my favorite guy, but you can't joke about Chris Farley things like that. It's just so, it's like such a jinx. So odd to me. So when he said it, I went, ooh, I don't like that shit. I talk about it. I talked to Ken about it. Episode 1, I'm like, bro, fat and coke don't mix. That's why I don't do drugs anymore. Please chill. And I even told him after, I'm not your fucking boss, but like,
a lot of people love you.
You know what that does, and what you're doing is too big for you to be going out like that. We talked about it last episode.
It seemed like he really was super mindful and like.
Dude, he lost like 80 pounds this past 6-7 months, dude. Mm-hmm. Like when I say what's up to Ken, I realized like last time I saw him, I was like, damn, fool, you're getting tiny.
Yeah. He looked completely different the second time.
The first episode, he looked like Snorlax. He always called himself Snorlax. The second one, he looked like a Samoan on a diet. Damn it! See, that's some shit I wish I could text him, like, you like a Samoan on a diet.
But he talked about in that time, in between the 2 episodes, he almost died. Mm-hmm. His heart was having issues. He was getting these infections. The doctors were telling him, like,
chill out. Yeah, he had heart failure a couple times.
He went through so much shit.
He's been in the hospital a lot.
Just, if you really like, it's so funny how he tells those stories, but if you listen to what he's saying,
it's so serious.
Horrendous what he had gone through.
Oh, yeah.
The story about
his leg.
I mean, that was like a 45-minute long ordeal. That was probably the funniest story we told on the show. So aside from his meth and hooker story,
my Crocs acted as brakes. That shit was so. I can see everything, and I know he's not joking with me at all when he says the chair just broke. I can see it happening and just crumbling. Oh, God, that motherfucker is so funny.
I want to play a clip that I saw today that I hadn't seen before.
I saved it. I never seen it, and it really made me sad. But at the same time, this is what I needed to watch.
What's the last thing you would say to them right now?
If I were to die tomorrow, I would say, like, I hope that you see me come this far and see we ain't have nobody back home. We ain't have nobody where we grew up do the shit that I'm doing. And I just want you to know that no matter how far I took it, if you believe in yourself and you put in the work, you'll take it way farther than I ever did. just do it. Stop bullshitting. Stop fuck. I know you gotta work. Go do your 8-hour shift, and then when you get off of work, do what you love. Even if it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, sacrifice. You gotta make sacrifices. You're gonna be tired. It ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be nights where you go home and can't sleep because you think you should have done it better. You should have done it differently. But there's always tomorrow. Not for me because I'm gonna die tomorrow. But there's always tomorrow. Like put in the work. Put in the work though. Put in the work because you can't fake hustle.
Oh man, he's not even trying to be funny, but that shit was funny. Yeah, I know. I saved that video. I've never seen it.
That sums it up, though.
Basically, what he told me: stop, go on stage, stop being a bitch about it. I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. So,
shout out to everybody in Aurora. Shout out to his family. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. I saw they're gonna have a parade or something.
I mean, I'll fly out there tomorrow if they're going to do it. I fucking hate flying. One last thing that I thought about for like 2 straight days after the show. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody there was super faded, and everybody knew him. It's fine. Who cares? Just saying goofy stuff. People are comics. People get drunk and say stupid shit. But this guy was messing with me, and I was like, yo, can I roast? And I started roasting the shit out of this dude. He's a comic. I haven't been someone trying to mess with me in a while, and I just started going in on him, and it was awesome. I was like, damn, I have free range to just talk shit. Let's do it. So we're outside, we're smoking, hanging out with Ken. And so we have the picture in front of the Improv. We took that picture real quick. And the same guy that was talking shit to me comes out. I'm like, oh, and Ken's like, oh, he's faded. I don't want to deal with him. I'm like, oh my God, you guys know this guy. Okay, he's fine. And he's like talking shit. Fuck you. Like, oh God, Jesus. And everybody's like, shut up. Drunk, you drunk guy. You know, they're all friends, so it's like, it's funny. But he keeps like, fuck you, Ken, shut up, Ken. I was like, oh, Ken's about to roast you. Then he says it to me. I was like, shut up. And I said, I won't say who it is. I'm just going to just tell you who it is. But I remember he's all drunk and he looks at Ken. And he looks at me. He's like, you're going to fucking die, you fat just like this fat And I was like, I don't like it. And I told him, I was like, I don't like it. Too much. Weird. And I remember like 2 seconds later, I'm like, not even funny. Ken's always going through some health shit. That's not funny at all. The first thing I thought of was when Patrice O'Neal did the roast and they all made fun of him about diabetes. Like, God, I'm actually sick. And then he died right after. I remember thinking that, I was like, fool, don't say shit like that. Don't put that in the universe like that. Also, I'm fat too, man. That just scared the shit out of me. Don't say shit like that. Anyway, the night was going on. I remember the last thing I said to Ken. We're taking the picture with me, him, and Renee. And Ken's basically a rapper. He will let you know he's got jewelry on. He loves it, which is...
He's the Mexican OT of comedy.
Yeah, I love that about him, dude. I love that he's always just like... Because he just loves that shit. He worked for it. I remember, I'll pop up the pictures, me, him, and Renee. And I'm like, he's like, let's take a picture together. I'm like, all right, let's take a picture. And he does this, and he goes, I know you don't like to flex your watch and stuff. He's like, I know you don't do stuff like that, but like maybe one day. I was like, maybe not tonight. Because I was like, I feel so awkward. I'm just thumbs up in here. And I went like this. I was like, what about this, Ken? He goes, that's enough. That's good. And him and Renee are just doing this shit. And I'm like that. I just feel awkward. I told him, I was like, maybe one day. Maybe one day.
You're not a rapper with it.
I can't. It's just not in me. It's not in me. But also, he's like, maybe one day. And then I wore the second I heard Ken pass away, I put this on and wore it in my house. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear my cool watch for today and do this all day to nobody. Just for you. And I remember I was like, all right, man, go take the picture. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you soon. And I'm like, what are you doing? What's your next show? And he goes, Atlanta. And he looked at me, and I remember the light caught his teeth, and I was like, God, I like your grill, dude. He goes, I like it too. And I was like, all right, Ken. And I said bye to him, and I waited for him to get in his Uber just to make sure because everybody was faded. And then Renee got in the Uber. I was like, Renee, you got him? He's like, I got him. I was like, because Renee had my full joint, and he was just talking. I'm like, you got him, Renee? I'm like, just keep the joint. Just keep the joint. Because he was still talking. He's like, oh, all right. And then he hopped in the Uber with Renee, with Ken. I said, later. And then that was it, dude. But I remember the last thing, Atlanta. And then the light hit his teeth. Yeah. And I remember just like, God, fool, you look so sick with those. You don't smile a lot. So your eyes are barely, you look like a cartoon. Mm-hmm. You look like a cartoon character. I told him, like, God, I like your grill, man. And then I texted him like 2 days later, asked him about the taping. And he just told me how to do it, whatnot. I said, thanks, hit me up when you're back. That was it. It was Thursday or Friday.
Last time I talked to him was in the green room at the Brea Improv, I think.
Our set?
Yeah. I thanked him for...
No. After he came to the show after that. No, he did it. Sorry, he asked me on the show. To go,
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad, you're right.
Thanked him and shit. Told him he was a G. That was a good moment.
I don't know what to say. I really can't wait for that special.
Yeah.
I know every word of it. So I can't wait to see what he changed, how he placed it. Like, Ken's my friend, but damn, dude, I'm looking at this for like, that's a good comic. I really need to just watch how he absorbed. And I was talking to him. He's like, boy, he's so terrible. He told us I used to throw up for every single set because I was so nervous. And I went back in his page. I watched some of his first ones, and I was like, "Oh, that's where it is." I could see because he's so seasoned now that I'm watching the first ones. Like,
you're looking
used to have 2 or 3 mess ups every bit. You would change it up or mess up. I'm like, oh, but now it's so tight. It's so compact.
That's going out 3 times a night for a couple of years.
Going out 3 times a night, 4 times a week.
His confidence was so high.
Through the roof, bro.
Like at the Brea Improv, and like I remember watching his clips getting ready for that episode. Like, man, he is just like unstoppable. His energy,
too funny, bro.
It's like I don't know, it's just like a force. So you only see that with certain comedians people. Every once in a couple of generations, where it's
and
like,
it's not like we're saying this because he passed away. We've been saying this shit
the
whole time, and so has everyone else, and everyone knows. Everyone knows that fool is the funniest person in the room. You know it is. Everyone knows. I was performing before him going, God, I can't wait to watch his set. Because I knew, and I've seen it 5 times prior.
Not even just jokes, just telling you about his life.
Yeah.
I mean, jokes too, but like, just him sitting here was like, we didn't stop laughing. We were both like, yo, our faces fucking hurt.
It did hurt though.
Yeah, no.
All this actually hurt from laughing. I don't get that often, but it genuinely, I felt like I needed to hold my face, dude. Only one other time I think I've laughed like that on the show.
Yeah. I barely even said anything. There was like, yeah, you just let him go. You ask him a question and just kick back and just
it's like pulling the string onto those cars and they keep going.
Exactly. While I'm thinking about it, side note, last episode, Ralph Barbosa, I said something stupid, which was, we were joking about Mexicans and Canadians. And I said, I didn't see Canada helping with any water. I saw the Mexican people coming though.
Oh, Canada was first.
But then I said after that, basically what I was trying to say is, just because that hasn't popped up on my Twitter yet, like I haven't seen it. I was trying to be funny, but I didn't.
Trying to be funny. I like the way you said that. Oh man, it's the first time we really laughed in like 2 days. That was great.
But Canada did apparently come and help.
They were there first.
Shout out to everybody that came and helped. Shout out to Canada. I've been saying you guys are better than us this whole time.
You guys are better than this, just not in South Park.
But So, just wanted to clear the air on that. Sorry about the misunderstanding.
And that's it, guys. I don't know what else to say.
So, yeah, this is gonna come on a couple days, so we'll know more about services and stuff like that.
Yeah, please check the end of the episode. If there's services or anything like that, it'll be in there for sure.
And how to support his family. We don't really know anything about. We don't know anything like that about Ken. He's not. You know what I mean? He doesn't.
They're all in Chicago. Yep.
So
the only thing that's the worst part is like, bro, your special did so good. That's the thing that makes me really sad. Like I told you, like, I'm super sad that Ken's gone because he's our friend and he's fucking great. But I'm more sad that he has to miss all his own shit. It's something to be so proud of, and it's like, fuck, you're not even gonna see it.
He was only 28. Figure.
I know his special's good.
Yeah,
I know it's
gonna be actually
so good, dude.
It's like there's a lot of comedians. This is gonna be actually funny. Like there's a lot of specials on Netflix or wherever. I already know this is gonna be one that's gonna be one like you remember, like Pimp Chronicles or Chappelle one, early one. Like,
damn, dude. It's always so weird trying to think about people passing away because it's like in 40 years we're gonna go.
Still gonna think about.
The only picture in my head is you at that age. I don't have anything else. I can't see you older. I can't. None of that works. So that's why I explained to my brother Martin when he was doing all that gangbang. I'm like, bro, if you get murked in 30 years, I'm gonna go, damn, my brother Martin was cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, in 30 years, I'm like, yo, Ken Flores, yes, Ken was the man.
And it always sucks the same. Like time,
yeah, it's not going to get cooler.
Really do much to grief, kind of, but not really. Unfortunately,
you just think about it less.
Yeah, it's like volume. That's how I think about it. It can be up super high, then you can go about your life a little bit and dial it down, but it's still on. But then at times it goes back up super loud. That's all you can hear.
Really good way to put it.
Yeah.
So go watch Ken's clips. Go watch his stuff. Go watch anything about Ken Flores. Go watch. Everything in the news is true. The nicest guy. Every headline has been so nice and positive. Usually when a celebrity passes away, they say some bullshit. Not one thing.
There was so much. I mean, I was so exhausted yesterday. I checked out at like 6 o'clock, but like there were so many news outlets posting about it. I was almost shocked. I forgot he's a famous comedian for, you know what I mean? Like,
I always forget when it's just your friend and you see him. They don't act like that.
And you did a Push Trees drop landed on yesterday too, unfortunately.
Yeah, we dropped. I mean, I don't really care about it.
How long was that in the works? Like
4 months.
Bunch of sick ass new shit.
Bunch of sick shit. It just happened to land on a terrible day. I just didn't really care. Some bullshit, man. Every time I think about it, I'm just so much more pissed. But this last week when I went to the show was the first time Rosie did not go with me somewhere. I was like, you know what? I'll just do it this time. And that's why I hung out for like 4 hours.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, dude, I want to hang out with a bunch of dudes forever.
Yeah.
And it happened to be Ken. Ken's hilarious.
Yeah.
And we're all just talking shit to each other and laughing. So it was... I hit up Felipe Esparza because I couldn't get a hold of nobody. That's how I found out Ken was really gone. Because Duno's phone was off. I hit up Ralph. I don't know Renee like that. And I don't want to bug him. But I talked to Duno, and I guess they were about to film, and they all said something happened to Ken. They all rushed over there, and he was already gone. But they said, like, he was still there at his house.
Like overnight?
No, this was like at 8 at night, 10 at night. They were about to film a show or a podcast. Duno and Concrete, and they got a call, and they were like, let's get to Ken's house right now. And by the time they got there, I guess he was already passed away. So yeah, I hit up Felipe. And I forget Felipe's older, so he like gave him like some wisdom and shit. I'm sure he's had so many friends pass away. Because he was just talking about, I saw you guys' stuff at the Improv. I just saw all of it. He's like, look, you had fun. Try to remember that over everything. And I was like, damn it, Felipe, you're right. Because right now I can't think of anything positive or fun. But that was a fucking fun night.
Yeah.
It was so fun, actually.
The pictures are just iconic. And it was like it just happened.
It was exactly 1 week to the hour later. Last Tuesday at 9, I think it was Tuesday at 9. This week he passed away. Or like somewhere in that little gap. So weird, dude. Literally a week later. So, yep. If you see anything with Ken Flores, go support it. You will not be forgotten on this fucking show. I know that much. At all. Maybe we'll have Ken pop up like the fool from Mortal Kombat. Every time someone says something disgusting, it's just Ken pop up in his face. Like the caterpillar from Bugs Life. Fuck. There's so many good things I'm thinking of now, and I can't tell anybody. I mean, I can't tell him. Like the caterpillars from Bugs Life. With the fucking cheeks. Or a Samoan on a diet. I like Samoan on a diet a lot, actually. All right.
Wow.
Let's move on to another topic, dude. It's going to get sad.
You just went and did Ryan Sickler's podcast, right?
I did it on a Tuesday, actually, the same day Ken passed away.
What,
Ryan
right now is what, Friday?
Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
I know. I don't even know, dude. All mixed up together. First question Ryan asked me, you have any like deaths in your friends or family? I was like, luckily no. And I told him that, thank God, no. Just when I was younger and my uncle. He goes, oh, that's good. And it was 4 or 5 hours later this happened. I thought about that too when I heard Ken pass. I'm like, damn, Ryan just asked me. I was like, thankfully, no. Same fucking day. I was actually, I was talking to Ryan about Ken Flores, actually, because I was like, yeah, I did it with Ralph and all them. And then Ken Flores showed up. I'm like, that fool's disgusting. And then I told him, like, I did the Brea with him. And I was just telling him all about like what we've been doing. He's like, you've been doing stand-up? I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking Ken actually asked me. And I was like, I would have done it if he wouldn't push me in. I was literally just talking about his ass to Ryan.
Did Ryan know about him and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Any comic in LA, you kind of have to know Renee, Ralph,
yeah, it's
Ken.
true.
It's like the younger crowd, dude. There's the younger dudes that are doing great, selling out every fucking show. Yeah, I went on Ryan Sickler's, Ryan's show, The Honeydew. It's gonna come out. I'm not sure when. And then I did his other show called The Way Back. It's like where you sit. Remember, he was explaining it to us, where you sit like in the back of of a station wagon.
Oh yeah, we heard about this way before.
Before it happened. So it's done. He's doing it now.
Yeah.
The set's cool. Bunch of old school toys.
Oh, sick.
Like legitimate old sick. Before Game Boy, which is football, is just a line. You had to like pump the button for the ball to move.
Oh, gotcha.
Those ones.
Is it in the same spot?
No, Ryan moved his spot, but I love his setup, dude.
Nice.
You go through, it's like a set, and you go through, and then here's a set, but it's like a house almost. It's weird, but cool.
Nice.
Like way cool. We did that, and
shout out to Ryan Sickler, one of the real G's in comedy too.
Such
a real one.
Ryan is such a funny. He goes, hey man, we can't smoke inside, but I smoke right here. It's the AA People's parking lot. And I go, what? I thought he was kidding. I was like, for real? He goes, yep, this is what the AA meetings are. I go, we're smoking weed at their AA meeting? That sucks for them. And this tweaker guy came up, hey, is this where the AA meeting goes? I'm like, oh, you were serious? He goes, yeah, this is the AA meetings parking lot. And I was like, yo, I feel so bad. He goes, this is where they throw their cigarettes. There's a huge pile of like in a tube of cigarettes. And I was like, all right, I'm going to put my end of my joint in there, have them all fucking relapse. They're going to see a tip of a joint and just freak out, dude. So yeah, Ryan's great. He's doing good. Yeah, check it out. Ryan Sickler, the Honeydew, or the Wayback. Turn that back on. Turn it off. So yeah. Sorry, let me take a drink of this. I need to, guys. I haven't drank energy drinks, and my dad hauled truck driving for Rockstar. I have not drank an energy drink since I was drinking energy drink probably 11th grade. And we are not sponsored by TJ Dillashaw in any way, shape, or form, but I keep these stocked in my house.
This is sponsored by Friendship.
Sponsored by Friendship for real, because I buy these online and pay the shipping. I don't ask for
about them.
I love them, dude.
I had the blackberry one. I don't even like berry. It was amazing.
This one's the citrus. Tastes like an actual soda. If there was rainbow sherbet was a soda.
Damn. Huh. Sold.
So, real quick. Sorry, it's like one of those weird modes. I'm just trying to get out of it. Like I just feel like this.
Yeah, no, it's weird when somebody passes that's close to you. It's very confusing, and time gets all weird. And
it is when people pass, but it's weirder when it's like you're young as shit.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Damn it, that's the thing. It's like, bro, you're not even 30, and that's what pisses me off about all this.
I thought of him as a kid still. Like in my mind, he's like damn near like 19. You get that vibe off him, like he's a kid.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying not to be all sad and just.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about this shit. I mean, when could we? We talked about it in the morning. We figured out that it was real. Then we connected at night and decided we were going to come in here. This is it.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I went and watched a really bad movie just to keep my mind off of it.
Yesterday was one of the first days I really didn't do any work. I mean, I did in the morning. We found out at like 8:30, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But I
did almost nothing at all the whole day.
Laid down, just did like chores and shit.
Yeah. That's all I did. I don't know why. I just didn't. And I didn't care that I was behind. I was like, you know what? I just don't really give a shit today.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm trying not to let it spill over because it's like, fuck, I don't really care today.
Yeah, I know. That's why I knew, like, you were really like, no, we should just get it done. Just go in there and do it.
Yeah, we need to come in here and talk.
It's almost like when my mom passed and we came in the next day, if I didn't do it that next day,
you've been sitting there.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It's like when it's so fresh, you can talk about it. When it sits, it's harder to talk about.
And it's not like, oh, we want to get content out of it. Yo, this is our homie. Like,
this is our life. This is our friend.
This is our fucking friend.
That's what the show is. We introduced him to a lot of people.
But yeah. What did I say? Oh yeah, I'm not trying to get in this stuck in this funk, but
did you?
How do you get out of it? I'm trying to like break that. I'm trying to shake it. Dude.
Are you freshly removed from a duct tape challenge? Also,
I got so much smoke in my eye. Oh my god, it hurt so bad. It hurt. It hurt like the sun hit me after coming out of the dark. Oh God. Smoke that, and then we'll split this big one. All right. Boom. Switch gears. Different gears. More fun. Not sad. Ready, go. Duct tape challenge. I did this thing with this guy I used to work with. That was a little bitch. And I told Rocco, but he was really good at the camera. A little bastard. You ever seen the show Heroes. You ever seen it?
No.
It's about like fucking heroes. It's about regular people that start getting like realize they have powers, right? Well, anyway, there's a guy named Skyler, and his power is if he murks your ass, he can absorb your power and whatever you get. So he's going around being a nice guy and murdering people with powers when they don't expect it and absorbing their powers. I wish. Where did I go with this? I wish I could I could go back
I got you.
and absorb the power of my old videographer, because he was incredible with the camera, and he had his zooms in. He started with Vice. Remember I told you? So they were all documents. So he's just like, I'm not gonna say everything, but he won a fucking award. I'm not gonna say what year for your camera work, an actual like prestigious award for camera work.
Yeah.
Little bastard. He's good at it, but everything else in his life, he's trash at it, especially about being a cool guy. And me and him were sitting down one day, and he's like, and we're 40 hands. I'm like, oh man, I never did that. That shit was dumb. He's like, yo, that shit was crazy though. I'm like, do it with some weed. He goes, what about like vape pens? I go, duct tape vape pens in my hands? Let's do it. And I'm not going to say, you know what I could have said? I thought of this. Me. But I didn't, and I'm going to give him credit, because he basically, remember that episode of Cartman, remember Gay Fish? Or no, sorry, Fish Sticks? Oh. All right, there's an episode of there's an episode of South Park, Marty. I love that you get to explain this. Where, all right, ready? Here's a joke. Hey, you're a vegetarian. Pretend you like fish. Hey, man, do you like fish? Mm-hmm. Do you like fish sticks?
Yeah, of course.
What are you, a gay fish? Like, what? I'm like, oh, fish sticks. Oh, it's like, do you like to put fish sticks in your mouth? Yes. Oh, what are you, a gay fish? And it's just like, oh, you got me. But Kanye West doesn't get it. That's the episode. He doesn't understand the fish thing. Okay. He keeps, I am not a fish. I'm a genius. So I'm not gay. I have a wife and children. I am a genius. So there's this. He just doesn't get it, right? He kills Carlos Mencia in the episode because he steals the joke, goes, hey, I made this up with my homies. And you know how he's a joke thief? Yeah. So they're like shitting on him, shitting on Kanye West because he doesn't get it. And where the hell was I going with this?
Shitty videographer.
Why on earth?
South Park, shitty videographer.
Giving him credit.
You could have took credit.
Thank you. Like Cartman with the fish sticks jokes. He comes in and Jimmy is writing the joke. Okay. But every time Cartman tells everybody how they came up with it, it gets more progressively like, so I was coming in. I was like, hey, Jimmy, here's a joke you should write down. We should do it together, but we should split credit. And after Annie kills a dragon, he's like, oh, by the way, fish sticks. Write it down. So I could have did that.
Jew robots?
Yeah, Jew robots. I could have did that, dude. But I'm not. My videographer helped me come up with this idea, all right? Because of mid-conversation.
Yeah.
So
you hate this guy, so you really
he sucks.
Giving him credit, so
Giving him credit.
Big deal.
Really. He's a small wiener, but he's a big dickhead.
There you go.
All right, here we go. So do the idea with him, and that's the first video I ever had, second video I ever had that did 1 million. Like I posted it and people are like, who is this guy? This is content I want on YouTube. And I caught some kind of algorithm because like there's like 4,000 likes on every single comment, and it caught like that YouTube viralness. Yeah. Anyway, that was disgusting doing that. It's not fun. Vape pens are fine. In abundance, dude. It's like, yo, I'm a whiskey sipper. How about this? Put a straw in the whiskey and then drink it as fast as you can. Breathe through your nose and mouth so you taste it. I want you to taste it. And when you throw up, you got to drink the liquid that comes out of it. Like, or whatever it is. That's what it's like doing the duct tape challenge, dude. Edward's Stizzy hands, but I don't do Stizzy anymore because they still haven't responded to me. It's been like 10 months. Anyway, not the fact like they ghosted me. I have their money. I was like, can I give you your money back? They're like, hey, man, LA Times, dog, we're going to wash our hands of you, even though you're the one that's, I'm not the one that did anything. Anyway, they just hasn't responded to me. I keep trying to give them their money back. Next year, I did it with another, during the pandemic, I did it in my own house because I'm like, I can't go outside. Let's do a duct tape challenge in here. I greened out, almost threw up. I had to take a break. It was disgusting. That was
horrible.
That was 4 grams. That was 2 grams of each pen. Like, it was not good, not fun, not fun. Then I did it again like 2 years later with the dopest pens. Totally fine. But then again, it's the pens. It's distillate. It gives me a feeling in my head. Oh, ready? Here's your clips. Here, I'm going to start talking in clips. Hey, man, do you agree with me or not? I can smoke 20 joints, be fine. Take dabs. But if I power smoke a gram of vape pen, I will feel sick. I'll get high, but I will feel sick. I don't know why. Clips.
I don't think they're intended. God didn't intend for vapes to be ripped down at once.
No. So it's like drinking juice concentrate. It's like, oh, you're just drinking the concentrate, not mixing it with water. Oh my God. That's what I'm doing. You know, that's what I'm doing. So
it's cool for sips.
Yeah, it's cool for sips. But guys, I'm sitting here smoking them until they're bare. What does that mean? They're getting so hot. Yeah. Hitting it over and over. That oil's getting hotter and hotter. You know, what is it doing? It's getting hotter. It's cooking a little bit. And maybe it's burning. Maybe it's burning the terps off a little bit.
Get down to the bottom, they get gross.
Oh, they taste. You know about that. This fool hits them till they're just RoboCops. They hits them right to their bare metal working for the government. He doesn't even. He leaves no moisture behind. Moisture Marty. Nothing left. They're bone. I know. They're bone dry. So I did it with the dopest. I haven't done it in about a year or 2. This year is all about me and my health and what I like to do. And like I said earlier, I'm going to stop smoking so much. And then I went and did the duct tape challenge.
Both hands?
So what I did is I did the duct tape challenge again at Echo Park. It was real fun. I had, quick update, had to stop the video and call the cops. I even talked to you because I went to sleep right after I got home. And I woke up to what happened to Ken. So we haven't talked at all. I may or may not have. I did. I called the cops. There's a few things I don't like in life. Racism that is real, because I love some racist jokes. But racism that's real. Moms. Can't stand them. Can't stand it, mom.
I'm with you.
Okay. So this is what happened. We're at Echo Park where the statue is, right where it meets the water. I am looking at geese. They don't want to hit my shit. So I'm like, all right, get out of here. It's my land, right? So I come, they're Mexican, I'm America. Or I'm America, I'm white, and I'm going to make this America. Like New Mexico used to be called Mexico. And how about this? New Mexico. And that's what they did, and they made all the Mexicans get out. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Not Texas, Texas. We're going to call it Texas. Anyway, I told the geese to get off my land, and I'm walking, and I see this little boy. He's a little boy, dude, with a little red like cap like Ralphie from Christmas Story, but red and checkered, right? Like a little lumberjack hat. He's got this little sweater on, little jeans and boots. I'm like, oh, look at this little boy. Hell, he's having fun. He couldn't be more like 2.5. And I'm like, also, where is your supervision?
Is this a white kid, a Mexican kid?
No, he's like, he's like half black, half white, or half Mexican, half black, or just Puerto Rican. He's either half black and Mexican or just regular Puerto Rican. Nobody can tell the difference, bro. Nobody knows. Bat Joe's Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
Looks like Brother Ali. Yeah. He looks like a white albino man. Yeah. So not all Puerto Rican. Oh, that goes against my point. Anyway, most Puerto Ricans look like the guy that killed Patrick Swayze in Ghost, that gets thrown and gets killed at the end and gets dragged to hell by the... That's a Puerto Rican.
Okay.
All right?
I only asked because we used to live in an apartment complex. There was we noticed like some of our foreign neighbors would let their kids just be on free roam. Just like
oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Kids.
That's fine. But I always have to keep an eye. That was me as a kid. But I have to keep an eye. Why? Because we're by Echo Park Lake. Yeah. He's only like 2.5.
Is it all like tweaker and gangbanger out over there? Or no?
There's some, but not as much. And in the video, guys, I gave a little family history. My Uncle Bobby has some brain damage. My Uncle Bobby, I think, was a kind of shitty guy without the brain damage. Maybe. He annoyed me as a kid. My Uncle Bobby. I found out he got the brain damage from falling in Echo Park and drowning as a child. And then they found him and resuscitated him. Oh. But he already had brain damage because he was in the water. How? Exactly like that little boy. Nobody was watching him. My grandma, they're all from here. They used to go around Echo Park all the time and just chill and hang out and play when they were little kids. Apparently my Uncle Bobby, they were walking back to the car like, where's Bobby? And they look back and people are dragging him out of the water because this little boy was just floating. He was in there for like 4 to 5 minutes. Dead. They resuscitated him and he was like, common sense, gone. Lost the math. Everything just left his brain, dude. And it was like, yo, drinking, drugs, gambling, degenerate. That part clicked on. So that's my Uncle Bobby. So I didn't want this little boy to end up like my Uncle Bobby. So I'm looking at anytime I see a kid with no parent, I'm like, why are you by yourself? If I was a creep, I'd be gone with you already. That's how far out you are by yourself. So I'm looking around with the pens in my hand, like, then I see the kid like 30 yards away. I'm like, oh, look at that little boy's hat. And I go, where's your mom and dad? Who's got you? It's like, because in the video I'm talking about, there's a bunch of leaves and grass, but it looks like a lawn. It's the water. It starts off kind of swampy. I would step down into that and go, oh, damn, it's water. It looks like grass and leaves. You cannot tell the difference unless you're looking at it like, oh, that's the water. I would have stepped in there. So I'm like, this kid's not going to go. Let me just get the situation under control. That's liquid. No, he's going to drown. So I look about 30 yards ahead of me where the statue is, and I see this like gross John Leguizamo from Spawn Mexican woman. She wasn't uglier and she wasn't that gross, but the way you'll get why you could be the prettiest in the world. You're nasty now. I hate you. You're just like a thing. You're not a girl to me anymore. You're just like some bad parent. You know what I mean? Like she could have looked like anything, but I'm just describing her. John Leguizamo and Spawn.
Shout out to John Leguizamo for
liking our stuff. Let's go.
Right.
The pest. We'll share this one because that shit is good. So I see her and I'm like, that's gotta be her kid, right? Because she has a stroller, but she's talking to what seems like to be a homeless man. But the homeless guys that chill at the park, so they don't look super homeless, but like that much shit on your bike, fool, you are on adventures. That means you live outside probably, or somewhere sketchy. Anyway, he was like a 75-year-old black dude, right? Like Mr. Edwards, damn near, my old neighbor. Oh, hey, man. And you could tell he was like old school by the way he was dressed. He had like a prisoner's gray sweater, gray sweats, white shoes, cut off gloves. The long sleeve gray sweater was cut up to here so you could see his white tee underneath. Like with a gray beanie. He looked like Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, but an old black man. And I see him about 30 yards to the left, and I'm walking toward them, and I'm looking at this kid like, who's got this kid? I probably had the footage. Of course I do. We were filming. And I see her looking at the guy, and she has her phone out, and she damn near goes, oh, almost falls and catches herself on him. And I go, oh, she's faded. Like being faded is fine. Being fall over drunk with your child by the water, I should smack the shit out of you. I will clip it. I'll smack the dog shit out of a woman if she's not watching her kids and who's going to die. Yeah, see, wait for the second part, all right? Wait for the second part. I'll smack the shit out of a woman. If she's not paying attention to her kid, he might die.
You made it really easy to just stop that clip.
I know. Say, keep it. You can have it. And I know I paused and everything. And I walk past her and I can hear her talking to him. She just met him. I can hear the conversation. She just met him. The man is sober. Guy's sober. Me and Rocco walk to the bench about 15 yards away from him, and I get some shots of me smoking, so Rocco's looking at my back just so I can, like, listen. And I tell Rocco, just keep filming. I'm just listening to this kid because there's a kid over here. And Rocco's like, oh, okay, good. So we're, like, filming, and I'm just listening like, yo, if My biggest fear is this lady's how drunk. She goes home with this dude. Now this little boy is just there. She might pass out. What if something happens to that kid? Or he just never comes home and she's all faded. My fucking child's gone. Like, because of you. So I'm like, nah, there's no way I'm going to watch this on the news. Like, that's the little boy we saw, but we wanted to film our weed video, so we didn't stop. And we did. So, like, you know what I mean? We're sitting there for like 20 minutes, dude. I'm waiting for like 20 minutes just pretending that me and Rocco are talking by the bench so I'm watching. Rocco's right here, so I'm looking over Rocco's shoulder so I can see what's going on. And she's like talking to him on her phone, has not looked at this kid yet. I'm assuming that's her kid, based on that no one else is looking at this kid. And he's kind of by them, right? He's such a little kid that when he fell, he had to turn to his hip, put his hands down, put his feet, and stand with his butt up and get up like a kid. Yeah. You know, like little kids stand like that. That's when I'm like, oh, he's little, bro. Look how he just got up.
This fool's got a diaper on.
Yes, he's got a diaper on. He can't swim. He's going to drown, dude. So I'm standing there, I'm looking, I'm waiting. And then he's like smiling to her. He's like touching her like on the hip a little. She's touching on him like, oh, she's just a hoe. A drunk hoe, you know. Okay, you know what? It's not my business. Make sure you watch your kid. I'm going to wait till you walk away so I make sure your kid doesn't drown. At least somebody's watching. I'm like, I'm doing a weed video, bro. Not that big of a deal. I'll continue. Cut. And we're back. Nothing changed except the sun. So I see her and she just smacks the dog out of this old man. I mean, bah! Smacks him, dude. And he just said, and she goes, starts hugging, like flirting on him and like hugging around his neck. And he's just like this. The fuck do I do? I could see it on his face. He looks at me and then looks at her.
How far away are you?
Here to the warehouse, like 15 feet.
Okay.
Enough to where I can hear everything to make sure she's not like, well, you know, my kid, you can take him. Like I'm on Dads Against Predators brain. Yeah. I'm like, this bitch might be a drug. She might, you don't know what the hell she's gonna do. She's falling down, standing up. It's the middle of the day, by the way. So I'm like, you got faded and came here. You didn't get faded here. There's no beer cans around.
Dudes against parents.
Yeah, for real, dude. I was pissed. And then 3 seconds later, I told Rocco, can you see that? He goes, I didn't see him. Like, she just smacked the shit out of him. And I'm like, Rocco, look at her. And then every time Rocco looked away, she smacked him again. Then she hit him. Bah! Bah! Smacked the old man. He grabbed her by the wrist. And he went like this. And stopped. This is all under their breath. Flirting, and she's smacking him. Every time she smacks him, she's like touching on him too. She's a weird ass bitch, right? Uh-huh. So she smacks him. Then he goes, He grabs her and like kind of like side hugging her. He's got his little scooter bike. She has her stroller. The kid's still right there. And then she says, says his name. I'm like, ugh, I can hear how faded you are. I just want to beat the shit out of you. It's my son's name. It's father's. And she's just talking about, I grew up with a dumb too. So it's like, sorry, Mom. When you were young. So we start walking away just so I can call the cops. So they don't hear me. So we walk to the left down the trail going towards Sunset about 40 yards. And I stop and Rocco's doing like the filming. So I'm like, oh yeah, get this. Hit me. And I call the cops on this hand. And I tell him like, yo, this is what's going on. That little boy's in danger if that woman isn't, like, there's a lake right here. There's no fence. What if she starts walking down the street? He's going to get hit by a car. She's not watching him. She could care less. She didn't look at this kid one time. The whole 25 minutes I was there until he came by her when she yelled his name. And then he just ran around a tree for a long time. Then he stared at the tree for like 3 minutes. I'm like, yo, this kid is spacing. He just stared at the tree longer than I did when I was on mushrooms. Like, it's not that interesting, dude. There's nothing he can look up there like, oh, wow, these fucking leaves are growing. There's nothing. That kid was spaced out. So I'm on the phone with the lady. And she's like, okay, I'm going to get officers down there. I explained the whole thing. She goes, this is Highway Patrol. I'm like, you could have stopped me. So I'm going to transfer him. Like, dude, I just wasted 2.5 minutes. This is Highway Patrol. I can't do it. I'm like, oh, you should just be quick. So they transferred me, and she's like, "Oh, okay. So this is what, like, can you please stay there for officers?" And I was like, "Oh, my phone's gonna die. Oh, here's my number."
Meanwhile, you got your hands taped with me.
Yeah, my hands taped, and I'm on the phone. I'm like, "Yeah, so no, I'm just at the park. I have to go to work. I was just walking by. My phone. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Oh," and I told her, like, "I can't wait. I'm sorry." And she's like, and I told her, like, "I'm gonna wait until cops get here, and then I'm gonna walk away. I don't have time to wait for you guys and talk to you, though." I don't want to give a statement. Like, bro, arrest this stupid bitch. Give the kid to the grandma or something, because this is crazy. So I'm talking to him. I hang up. 40 seconds later, she decides to take off. And where does she go? Toward the street with an old man. I'm like, nah, something's off. I don't know why, but something's weird. I don't like it. I feel creeped. The old man looks nice, but something is wrong that he's like, "Hey, come back to my spot. Bring your kid. You're faded. Yeah, you want to bang girls. I would never do that." And if somebody's like, "Yeah, you put your kid in the room," like, "Oh, that guy's a weirdo." No, not going to happen. So we kind of like watch them while we're filming, and they get to the street. I'm like, "Should we follow him?" Rock's like, "Yeah, we should follow him." I'm like, fuck, all right, this whole video's done. We're going to have to walk. We're going to have to leave. I'm like, "Damn it, dude, I'm halfway through these pens." I was like, so they get to the street. I'm like, "No, old man, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else." And then he starts going with them. And then he gets to the end of the street and he just left. I think he was like, "This bitch is crazy." And he took off as soon as she got a little distance, dude. And then she grabbed the little boy's hand and then they crossed the street. And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's holding his hand, but you do have him toward traffic, stupid. Get him on the other side of the sidewalk. I was like, "At least you're grabbing his hand." And as soon as they get in the crosswalk, she just lets him go and just starts walking, and she's on her phone. And I wait for them to cross the street, get in off the street, and then they start going like toward an apartment. I'm like, "All right, back to filming." And that is the hash pen video. That's what happened.
Thanks, Rosin, man.
Thanks, Rosin guy. Bad moms. So, yes, the duct tape challenge is on the way. And hopefully a new parent for this young boy. Because I can't stand it. Anyway, duct tape challenge is coming. Also, random thought. You know John's stupid ass chain.
Yeah.
So they've been designing me one, right? Eliante people in New York. And every time I get off the phone with him for a design update, I go, "Who the f do I think I am buying a chain?" Like, who the f am I, dude? Every time. And then the other half of my brain goes, "You own a streetwear company? Yeah, get a little thing for your thing. Write some of it off. You know, that's kind of tight. That's cool, man." The other half of me goes, "Who the f do you think you are?" The other half of me that's like, "I wear the same clothes every day. Don't look at me." Like, it's just going, "You hate attention, but you want to wear a house on your neck." And then every time I get off the phone, I go, "I don't want it." And they've spent so much time designing it, and I don't want it. That's how I feel like, oh God, or how much is it? And he goes, "Oh, it'll be about this, but I don't want it, dude." I don't want it. And then I'm like, "I'm gonna sell my watches and get it then, so I don't have to buy it." And then I go, "That's stupid." Anyway, I think I'm gonna buy it now because I know Ken would have been like, "Yeah, buy that shit, man." Because I told him, like, "I got something coming." He's like, "Got it," because I talked to Renee and he has this chain of him putting his leg up and humping. He has a diamond pendant of himself humping the air. And I went, "Is that your leg?" He goes, "Yeah, dog, it's my logo." I went, "That's awesome." He goes, "Fucking enjoy it." I go, "It's pretty funny. You got your leg in the air humping." He's like mid humping, but it's all diamond out on a chain.
Can't be easy to do on a chain.
At first, I thought it was a chicken wing leg, and I went, "Is that a leg?" He goes, "Yeah, that's me." And I went, "Don't tell me you thought it was a chicken wing." Sorry. I thought it was a fucking chicken wing leg. And after Ken's like, I was like, maybe one day I'll do more than just smoke. And then I was like, you know what? I am gonna get that chain. It's gonna be sick. And then every time I'm like, yeah, so I just brought it up because I was thinking about that. When he said that, I was like, I'm gonna get that chain. I should. And the other half of me goes, "You're a fucking
Is it going to be a Push Trees one?
Yeah.
So.
If it happens. I might not do it, dude. And if I know I'm either going to say yes or no when they're like, hey, about to put the diamonds in this thing. Go, cancel it. I know myself, dude. I will spend all my money on other people. I went to the mall yesterday after I went to the movies. I was like, I just want to get out of the house, too. Just walk around. I don't want to be home. I get to the mall and I bought like 12 things. One thing was mine. I bought a bunch of shit for everyone else again, bro. Every time, dude. I can't just buy my own shit because every time I go spend $300 on myself. And I'm like, oh, this is $300 from. She'll like it. And I was like, he'll like that shit. I don't know why. I feel like Santa Claus. I'm like, oh, I'd rather just be like, look at your face. Then go like, oh, I love this shit.
That's what having kids is like.
Well, I'm already there, dude. I buy toys, but I stopped. I've completely slowed down. No more. I just bought some the other day. But anyway, I brought that up only because I was telling this fool about. I was like, I got something to make. They're making me something. I was trying to explain without being a dick. You're like, oh, I like your chain. Like, this guy that's making mine is a jewel god. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to say that shit.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, this guy is the best chain maker, I think. I would say like at least like top 4 to 5 in the world.
Damn.
Anyway, probably not gonna get it. And that was the whole subject. I thought it was really funny. Who the fuck do I think I am? You're wearing sturdy fucking $60 shoes with a house on your neck. You're stupid. But or like Mr. T, he wore a lot of jewelry and wore old shoes. Hey, I could be like, I'll pity the fool. There we go. I pity the fool that doesn't laugh at racist jokes.
Do you know when you're gonna get on stage again next?
I mean, I'm just gonna go down to the improv myself. Yeah. I would like to be doing this at least 2 to 3 times a week. Just not doing anybody's shows. Don't put my name on anything. Just let me kind of just do time and just get up there and fucking practice. I asked the audience a question last time to try to break the wall of like, oh yeah, there's a crowd. Because I was not nervous. Guys, my entire life, I'm always expecting everybody to be rude to me. Now I'm putting myself in the most vulnerable position. There's a name for being rude. It's called heckling.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing in this. I don't like to fight. I love hockey. I just don't like the punching. You know? So now it's like, I got to look at you and go, I have to be all right with just being myself, being up here. Because if this was like this, I could talk shit for 4.5 hours on stage.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, it's like, I wonder if you guys have this. Like, say you like a certain niche thing, but you know it's badass, you love it, it's sick, you know the history, your friends, you love it. But here we go. Perfect example. You were in Buffalo around all your homies playing rap, and you bust into some Pink Floyd because your dad likes them. They're like, yo, what is this? Maybe you'll say the Pink Floyd for yourself at home only.
This is what happened. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's with me, like with doing stuff. It's like, you don't think it's cool, or you don't know me enough to know what I mean and know that it's just like, I'm just talking shit. So it might come off as like, that was trash. I guarantee you Andy Kaufman came out and everybody went, this is stupid. Because some of the shit was, or Norm, when you go up there and do bombs.
Yeah.
Just go up there and bomb on purpose because that's what was funny about it.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. You have to, already, you have to not give a shit about the opinion for you coming to me. Your opinion for you coming to me, I could care less.
Genuinely.
Yeah. And I have to get over it, dude, because I'm always like, that's why I said I don't want to be rude. I don't want to offend nobody. Like I told you, I don't want to offend nobody. But when Ken and all those fools are on stage talking shit, they were ripping apart this Mexican in the front because he had a yarmulke on. Like a Jewish Mexican? No one's ever heard of a Jewish Mexican. I was like, right, fuck him. I was like, ah. I was like, what? He's cheap and makes things for cheap? or his cost of materials is cheaper than most, or I'm so Mexican and so Jewish that I outsourced our work to China. Like, that's how Jewish I am. But the Mexican part doesn't correlate. It's hard to do a Jewish Mexican joke. I'm still trying. But when they were talking shit, and then when I started roasting that damn drunk guy, I don't want to say everything I said, but there was some fucking knee slappers in there to where I said it and I went. It's like, if you guys could relate, the end of season 4 of Eastbound and Down with Ricky Bobby, what the fuck? When Kenny Power starts roasting the dude on the show, that's how I felt. I kept just every like Miss Trunchbull, everything just she just till she ran.
Yeah,
it was great. That's how I felt. I went, so you can just talk shit to people. I don't like hurting people's feelings. You know that.
Yeah,
that's why I comment back to everybody, because I don't want to leave you out, make you hurt your feelings virtually. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anonymously and virtually hurt your feelings because you didn't get a comment back. That's why I do it. But at this point, I watch back the Haunted Homies. Guys, there's a part where a lady's like, I died twice. And you can see me on stage go, what the f-? And then you can see me go, and I hid behind Josh. I hid my head. I was like, oh my God, did I just hurt that woman's fucking feelings? But that was my first time on stage. And the first time going, bitch, what the fuck? Because she said, I died twice. I was like, no, you didn't. Shut up. My husband, I saw him in the afterlife. That's how she was. She was basically, she opens beer bottles with her fucking teeth and chugs it with hands free and chugs it.
Buffalo shit.
That's, oh my God. Oh my God. But I watched it back and I saw myself go, and I was like, damn, dude, I can see myself feel terrible. Instantly felt bad. I went, and then I was like, dude. After watching these fools get on stage for 2 hours and just roast anything and themselves, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You came here. You were exposed yourself for a comedy show. If I start, dude, I'll wreck. I'm super nice, but I'm so ruthless with some shit. I said, every time I see Mark Norman say horrible shit, I'm like, that's the exact thing I thought of. And then he said it. I'm a bad person. Like, I'm not nice, dude. I might seem nice, but the shit in my head sometimes, I'm like, don't say it. That's so rude.
I think Mark Norman might be on the brink of wanting to come on the show, guys. So
hopefully he's hilarious.
Want to maybe push him a little bit in the comments.
Come on the show. Hey. All right.
That's it.
That's pretty much him right there. That motherfucker is basically R-rated Jerry Seinfeld. He sets up shit so well, dude. Don't remember what we were talking about at all.
One other
actually
sad thing happened.
Oh my God.
Over the weekend.
What?
The AFC Championship.
Oh. That's okay. It's sad, but I want to say this. I told you. I don't like to hop on bandwagons. But Pat Mahomes is kind of a jerk. I saw a compilation of him complaining to refs, and then they threw the flag after. Are you joking? I'm going to say this. If I'm Pat Mahomes and they're just letting me win, I'm going to shut up too, but my integrity will be broken. But also, I get it. There was a couple calls that were questionable in the Chiefs and Bills game. And not just because Marty's my friend that I want the Bills to win. Josh Allen's from the Valley. I really want to see someone from the Valley win a Super Bowl.
Doesn't want to see the Chiefs goddamn lose.
I loved them until this year. I went to the game earlier this year just to watch him play. I like Pat Mahomes. Like, that's a great quarterback. He's incredible. He sidearms better than Rich Gannon sidearmed. And that was his whole thing. And that's just a thing in his arsenal. But what's going on with these calls? Some of the calls during the Bills game,
I wasn't gonna whine about it, but I see the whole world complaining about it.
The whole world, bro.
I had $1 billion idea on how they could fix this problem.
Oh yeah, don't say it.
I'm not going to, but I have a feeling they're gonna do it anyway because I hear people talking about it.
Incredible idea.
I had a Shark Tank style idea, guys. That I need somebody who knows how to build apps and do tech stuff. Holla.
Incredible, actually.
Yeah.
College football will take that all day.
All the way down, all the way up.
Ooh.
I mean.
They probably have it, and that's how they cheat. Have you ever heard that there's magnets in the balls? No? Okay. I see a lot of conspiracies. I'm like, hey, could happen. I'm not touching the ball.
Yeah.
How would I know? But also, it's like, what are you going to do about it? It's like a bully. Shut up. What are you going to do about it, huh? Watch the game, stupid. That's us.
Yeah,
they can come out and go, hey, we've been rigging shit. Shut up. I'll see you next Sunday. And everyone's going to go, okay. I guess I will, yeah. Go team. Can you buy a New Jersey? Do you have any New Jerseys? That's all that will happen. Nobody's going to. Aliens got announced last year and nobody gave a shit. And then they said, actually, they're coming from underneath you. And everybody went, but TikTok's going to get shut down. Oh man. Incredible,
man.
dude.
I started just feeling sick towards the end of it because I knew it was.
I thought they had it.
It was
dude.
like,
I really thought they had it.
the probability, like odds wise, of us not winning at this point against in that situation. I'm pretty sure we've gotten to the championship. Like,
Sorry.
we've beat our division for like 5 or 6 years in a row. We're setting all kinds of records. We're like, come on, bro. You robbed us of the. Oh, look at it. Come on, man.
I knew I had something in my pocket. I knew it was something in my pocket.
Spawn that like.
Yeah.
They robbed Josh of the MVP also, which I thought was dog
He didn't
water.
get MVP?
No, they gave it to Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? But here's the funny thing about, all praise due to Lamar Jackson.
It's amazing.
But guess what? You know what I mean? You
When
take
something
away,
starts off with guess what?
You take away-
know some shit's coming.
take away Lamar Jackson, you still got Henry. You know? So how valuable is Henry? Super valuable. Am I right?
Oh, you're talking about how good they are.
Yeah, the Ravens are still a contender with Henry. Like, he's a superstar. Like,
Yes.
you got 2 guys. We got 1 guy.
Yeah.
You take away him, you got nothing. He's way more valuable to the Bills.
Like in the Water Boy. Everyone here is a member of this team. He goes, you're the only one that's ever good. That's the only one that's good, Bobby. This is all on you. That's what they're telling Josh Allen. My parents are from the
We
Valley,
have a
dog.
bunch of great role players that are young, and like we're
Sorry.
like the Golden State Warriors when they were coming up with Steph and them. Like, we're young, we're coming together, we have greatness, but we got 1 guy. And Josh also wasn't being a hero. Like, Josh was playing conservatively compared to like last season, which is good in some ways because he wasn't throwing so many wild interceptions and stuff. He wasn't being superhero Josh where he's running the ball because we got Cook. We got people that he can go to now. He's playing like more of a team player. But
Yeah, usually he just says, give me the ball and I'll score.
yeah.
He'll just run. He's like Spike in Little Giants. Like, give me the ball.
It was the first time that we were, I think, to me, it felt like we had been stopped when it was like 4th and 1. Normally, no matter what, we're going to make it. Like, Josh is just going to run it past.
Yeah.
Then they stopped it. And like, we didn't convert. We always convert that. And it was like, damn it.
Nope. So basically what I'm saying is an unbiased opinion. I feel like the referees are now favoring the Chiefs because Taylor Swift will show up.
It seems really
that's
weird
gonna
with
boost you at least
the
30%.
Taylor Swift shit, the Allstate. There's so much money surrounding this.
Yeah, the Chiefs. I will say this. When they came back from commercial, they showed 6 clips in a row of Chiefs, 2 of Bills at the end. It was second quarter. Favoritism at its finest. During the halftime, they played a commercial, and it was all the Chiefs players in the commercial.
So many guys.
Get out of here, dude.
Be an
You can't
actor,
do
bro.
that, man.
The coach. For real.
You can't play favoritism on a game so important.
Can we all agree that Travis Kelce is like becoming human? Or is that just me?
Becoming human?
Yeah, like
Oh, he's saying he's not a superstar?
I think
He's doing okay.
Yeah, he had like a regular game.
It's the Jessica
He had
Simpson,
big
Tony
cat-
Romo effect. He's starting to suck. Maybe he'll drop a snap like Tony Romo did. Remember when Tony Romo dropped the snap to go to the Super Bowl for the kick? Got it and then ran it in and just missed it by this. The course of history would be so much different if he just was this much taller. What's Jessica Simpson doing right now? Ruining somebody else's career? Damn it, Jessica Simpson, you ruined Tony Romo. Okay, here we go.
I don't know about that.
She dated Tony Romo. She was all over the Jumbotron. Just what they're doing with what's her name? Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What they're doing with Taylor Swift right now is exactly what they did with Jessica Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
They show every 5 seconds Tony Romo, dating Jessica's pop star.
It's like it seems so gross at this point.
Yeah, I'm. You know what, man?
That's just me. I hate on everything that's not the Bills, and I hate on the Bills too.
We got some little toad going on. All right.
We'll be back. I mean, we got our new stadium next season. What are you gonna do? Like,
We got our new freezing open stadium next season.
Directly next door. You still got to drive. If you want to go to a Bills game, just realize we're going to be about 20 to 25 minutes away from the actual downtown to go to the game. So if you're going to be getting drunk and stuff like that, and you want to go to clubs and stuff like that,
if you're going to be getting drunk,
you got to plan an Uber because it is a far drive and they got checkpoints.
I tell you, I went through a checkpoint. I'm not going to say I was driving. I mean, I want to say I was smoking. I went through a checkpoint and my car happened to be boxed. I was driving. I didn't say I was smoking.
Yep.
I pull up to a checkpoint and I'm like, oh, I can't get out of this. I could see it from 2 blocks. Went, oh, there they are. There's the motorcycle cops. And I was in my car.
It's the worst feeling.
I'm like, all right. Shit. And I'm rolling my windows down on the side. So, on the side opposite of them, it's boxed and I can see the smoke coming out. So I went, oh, God. And I'm just like taking my time behind each car. Like, I'll pull up in a second. I roll the window down. Hello, officer. And she goes, hello, sir. Oh, you can keep going. I went, oh, thank you. And I rolled my window up.
All-time greatest feeling.
The bitch said, sir. Thank you, sir. She didn't even look at my face. She saw the car and went, not messing with you. Go. She assumed I was probably the driver. I can't see the back seats.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Never in life have I had white privilege, and I got it. They assumed I was driving a senator back there. That's it. We're talking about checkpoint. That's the only time I've ever been like, oh, get out of here. I expected them to fully just swat me after. Like, oh, you think you were going? Bro, we could see the smoke. You could see the smoke. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled the window down. The smoke goes out.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth that they didn't just go, oh, Jesus Christ. Thing is, I'm talking to the officer. She looked like when officer chicks that are kind of chunky look like little boys. You ever see those officer chicks? They have kind of like short hair. They look like me, especially from the side and or back. She's one of those officers. Like, you can't hop a fence. I'll stiff arm the shit out of you and drive off. Like, oh, you're an officer, right? Mm-hmm. You only do stopped cars. Yeah, I can see why. You're not going to catch anybody. Who's going to be afraid of me? As like, hey, man, you better not run. I'll shoot you because I'm not running. Mm-hmm. So as I roll my window up, there's like an older officer behind her looking at me like, this bitch didn't. Like, he could see. He's like, damn, this shit's, no, nothing. I'm not going to say a fucking word. And I just drove off like, oh, I'm not going on this street anymore. And every time I'm adjacent to that street, I can checkpoint on the weekends, dude. Mm. Anyway, the only time in life where I went, oh my God, I feel so privileged. Is this what it's like to get your way? Holy shit. Only checkpoint story.
I've gone through hella checkpoints. It's always
I've gone
horrible.
through. Oh, they're always bad. I'm saying that's the only one I've had that I'm like,
oh, you were like,
checkpoint. Yeah. That's the only time I've ever said that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Yeah. Not even perfect. It's like she went.
Yeah.
I swear, dude, it was so cool.
She's like, let me hit that shit.
For real. No lie. I've been pulled over, and until that cop is behind me and we're getting off, I'm not putting my joint out. I'm in the passenger seat. I don't give a shit. Until that cop is directly behind me, this is not going out. Relighting a joint when you break the cherry off, it's like stubbing your toe after someone said, watch out for that thing, don't stub your toe. And then you went, what thing? And you crack the shit out of it. That's the equivalent of putting your joint out. It's like, It was flowing.
Yeah.
It's like taking your cooking steak, you take it off, come back 30 minutes later, put it back on the heat. Like, it's
put it in the freezer
and shit. Yes, for 20 minutes and then put it back. It's like there's condensation. So the reason I say that is because I've gone through checkpoints and like not until I get close enough am I putting this out.
Oh, you're a monster.
I know it's not good, but also you have to see smoke in my car for it to be legally saying there's smoking in the car. Do you know that? You have to visibly see smoke. And smell is not probable cause in California anymore. Thanks, Prop 64. Speaking of Prop 64, I made a shirt to make fun of Prop 64. I don't know if you noticed on the new Push Crease collection. Yeah. It's all Prop 64 laws.
I saw that.
It says must buy licensed cannabis. Like I'm just like, yo, push trees, trap it out. Yeah, we're gonna put the legal, but I made the legal shit look fun, just so I don't know why I thought of it. And I was like, you know what, that'd be tight. On to the topic. Push trees just did a drop for the first time in like a couple months. This is the first time we've ever done jumbo prints, oversized, and like a boxy faded, that black one. Zoomies hit me up and goes, hey man, you're selling incredible. We need some different kind of stuff from you. This is what we notice they're selling like crazy. Big prints. And I went, all right, well, give me the criteria. I was like, big prints, lots of color. All right, thank you, got you. So I went and got this stuff made, not for Zoomies though, because it's really loud. And they were like, we're not sure if we can. I was like, don't worry, how about I put it on the site, show you it first. Watch it sell, and then you make your decision from there. And they go, okay. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just showing them like, this shit's gonna sell, bro. It's dope. They're like, it's really loud. I'm like, I know it's loud. And that's what's going on right now. So go check out pushtrees.com.
Some of the coolest shit ever.
It's really cool. Yeah. First time we ever done sleeve prints, front and back.
Was that a nightmare or no? It's fine.
Our new printers are the communication is so good with these guys.
Nice.
If you're watching my other printers, don't get butthurt at me. You can still do the Zoomy stuff, okay? But I can't be having you drop the ball like this anymore. All right, you can do the Zoomy stuff that you know you won't mess up because you'll lose $100,000. You know what I mean? Like Zoomy's orders are huge. They can't mess that up, but my little stuff they can. So
it's a sick ass shirt you got on now. I don't know if anybody.
Oh, so you can't see the back, but this full put like.
Is that all embroidered?
It's all embroidery.
Damn.
There's 200 plus hits of embroidery on this shirt. What? I met this guy in Merced at the GB meet and greet. Or the GB charity thing we did, and they had a booth. I'm like, yo, this is incredible. Let me buy that shirt right now. So I've had this for a while.
That's what I told you. There was like a dungeon in one of the basements of the apartments I lived in.
And it had all this on it.
That's what the wall looked like.
Ew. And then the story of that kid getting tied up. So it's like, dude, is somebody really under here? That happened in Merced. A kid was running down the street with torn ass clothes, and it turns out some guy was keeping him hostage in the side room, barred up windows and everything. For months, this guy had this kid. I understand inmates, and I get why they do the things they do in jail. If you're in jail, let's keyword. Let's not keyword this. If you're in a place that you can't leave from the government 3 in there, and you're like, yo, I'm going to be here for the existence of my life. What'd that guy do? Yeah, everybody likes guys that take out the creeps. Let me go get some points in here. That's all. My stepdad told me, he's like, it's just a point. It's just a little notch. He's like, oh, I killed 1. I got 2. I got 3. Yeah, it's like this. It's like this. It's like, oh, this is my stepdad's shirt actually. He's with Adapt now. And they're not a show anymore. It's called Vigilante.
Demons against predators.
I like that. Anyway, Push Trees. This is the first drop we've done in a minute. One of the funnest drops we've had in a long time. So go ahead and check it out, dude. Hopefully it's sold out by the time this comes out. It won't be. But we got a lot. So go ahead and check it out. And we have some really cool shit. I'm excited.
And we very quietly behind the scenes have been completely rebuilding the whole podcast apparel line. And I've been working with some super sick artists that I'm super excited about. And we got a collaboration coming where you're gonna be able to buy it right off the YouTube if you want, not to mention off the website and the app and all that stuff.
They're becoming real kids now.
Yes, like you're gonna be able to literally click right under the video and like he's talking about these sick ass prints. We got some sick ass prints. We're gonna be really rolling it out like it should be this whole time for the podcast line.
Right? A little in there.
Oh, it's the logo.
That's the logo. On a rock, we'll take a picture and then flip it. Like no, don't flip it. Like do this, and then the next picture it'll be. That's terrible. Is that why Arnold was always doing that?
Oh yeah, it's a subtle nod.
A subtle nod, a little Elon, a little. What was it? You know what? Let's just stop. But yeah, check out Push Trees. Super stoked about that. More stuff coming to Zoomies. A lot of accessories coming too. Oh, what am I saying? If you haven't watched the episode, go watch Squashing the Beef story time. You guys know I used to love LRG, and then they George Lopez or they Eric Estrada to George Lopez to me, and then I started hating them. I had a grudge in my heart. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. I was haters ball on LRG for years. And then we had a meeting and found out that all those guys sold the company and none of them worked there anymore. So I was like, oh, you guys are my favorite clothing company. You're not me no more? Oh, cool. You want to do it? And they're like, yo, you want to do a collab? I'm like, all right. LRG collab comes out in February in Zoomies. Whoa. February 15th.
Damn.
Let's go. 8 designs. 4 are going in Zoomies. 4 are going on our site 1 week after Zoomies drop. Wait till you see this artwork. These shirts are so damn cool. The artwork, all of it, came from right here. I made every single design, and this is how I did it. I said, hey, this is the style of artwork I want. And I went online and found that style of artwork. I'm like, look, see the way those lines curve? See the way that the color hits? And he says, oh, that's called this. Because the artist's like, that's something. I go, so let's mark that down. And I went through all of LRG's old designs and went, you see that artwork? That's the style of artwork that needs to be plastered on this, mixed with what I gave you. Here's the idea. 1 revision on 1 design. Every other was 2. Every other design was perfect. 1 shot, done exactly what I wanted.
And for you, this can take years.
It takes so long. I have one that has a little bit of thought and history behind it. I have one that is the Santa Cruz Mountains, but there's not fields of tomatoes and flowers anymore. It's all weed. Why? Because when we were getting married, our flowers from a certain part of Santa Cruz increased by like 3 times. And the guy explained it to us. He says, because my farm up there now grows cannabis because it's so much more lucrative than doing the flowers they've been doing for 60 years. So now they do a small batch only. They used to have 10 greenhouses. Now 1 is for the flowers, 9 is for weed. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so I have to buy it for more expensive. That's why I have to charge you more. And I went, so and so and so. And he explained, I go, I know where that, because I used to go to Santa Cruz constantly and go past Watsonville. Anyway, I have a straight Mexican field worker. It's my favorite art I think we've ever had for Push Trees, and it's incredible. I'm so excited. It looks so good. The artwork's so dead on perfect. I'll explain it to you. It's a field worker wiping his face from the sweat, mid walking past the camera, which is you visioning your shirt, and it leads into a couple older Mexican men, and they're all, instead of tomatoes and plant, they're all trimming up nugs off the plants in these fields that go forever into the Santa Cruz Mountains. And then you can see the distance of all the rows of plants and other workers. And one of them's got like turned around mid trimming. He's got a Push Tree shirt. And another guy over here is holding a bucket. It's got LRG logo on it. And then in the sky, in clouds, it says Push Trees. And like, it is so sick. The thing is, the guy wiping his face is coming at you. So his face is eating up part of the big part of the shirt, almost like
foreground.
The foreground. There you go, the foreground. And it's so good. It's exactly what I asked for. Exactly the same art. I did it Havana oil painting style. That's what I asked. I found like this old, like that's exact. I want you to feel like you're in Cuba or something. Like when you see those old cars. Like you ever play the game Mafia, I think it was, or was it Mafia that had like a Cuban part? Anyway, that's, and then I mixed Push Trees with LRG's most famous shirt, and I mixed.
You gave him
together.
an AR prompt, basically.
Yes, but I said it like this. What you want to do? Mix it with this artwork, this style, these colors. Go.
Exactly.
Anyway, dude, LRG times Push Trees drops in February. Does this come out in February? Yes, comes out this month. All right, it's coming out this month. Got a whole campaign going. They wrote a treatment. This is what professional companies do. They gave me a treatment of how we're gonna do the rollout of the promo.
Nice.
It's like a little mini movie. It's all video. It's like a whole video with actors and all this stuff and sets and all this shit.
Are you gonna be in it, or they're just gonna make it?
The whole thing is me.
Oh.
It's like almost like a music video with following me around, slanging. It's gonna be. I'll tell you all of it after, but it's gonna be really cool. I'm be trapping it up. Yeah, dude, they're on it, dude. They're a real company, man. Like they're like, oh, okay, where's a treatment? Oh, we don't have a treatment. I'm doing a photo shoot. Like, oh my god, I just get on the phone and go, where are we going? It's hot. All right, let's pull over. Let's take a picture. That's how I do shit because I don't know what I'm doing. And they have a treatment. They want me to redo the Gucci Man ad they did with Gucci Man was eating hella burgers. It's an LRG ad. They want to redo it with me with hella packs.
Sick.
So I'm going to redo the Gucci Man ad for that. And LRG collaboration. And and they want me in the commercial. Life is very, very wild sometimes. Super wild. Super sick. LRG Push Trees. I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be incredible, guys. I'm really, really super stoked. Also an update. Oh, I almost said the name. My papers are coming out, but it got pushed back at least another month and a half. I was trying to do it for Champs this year. I was going to roll it out and be like, guys, next week, not going to happen. I wanted too many variations of stuff, and I'm not going to force it at all. So it's going to take a couple more months. 420. Let's just say 420 drop. Let's just be tentatively say 420 drop. Is looking dope. Shit's looking awesome. I'm so excited, dude. I'm really, 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 really stoked for this.
I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait. It's so tight. Okay, before we get to this, let me take this damn drink. I told you guys that John was getting less dumb and could remember last year. And I was like, because he's drinking Megamind. John calls it Megamind. It's called Magic Mind. It's not called Megamind. He's dumb. He called him Megamind.
He was dumb.
He was dumb. So John's like, I take this Magic Mind stuff over and over, and it helps me stay sharp and focused. I'm like, that's not true. And then John started quoting shows, and I went, what is happening? I remember it was right before he moved. I'm like, did you just quote something? He goes, Magic Mind. I went, that's not, shut up. But you did quote something, and I will say, if you're saying it's that, I'll get it. So what happened is I went and got him, and I really like him. And then what happened? They reached out to Marty and said, hey, is there any way we could sponsor the show? And we went, let's see. So they haven't started yet, but I've been drinking these anyway. They're at my house.
We've been endorsing this.
And we've been endorsing this shit anyway. So I'm just letting you guys know. The drinks on today's show, it's because we bought them, and they're awesome. So Magic Mind, it's sharper mind, lower stress, calm energy. Honestly, I just look at it as a health shot, and I don't know if it's a placebo. I feel a little more on top of shit. Not like, are you selling me nootropics? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. First off, this is not an ad. So I like it.
I met the owner of Magic Mind.
There you go.
Probably about 6 to 7 years ago, because he was starting his own podcast. So this isn't like some new company or new product. Like tons of research, tons of just people are like using this already. This is already out there. Reclaim
your brain is what it says.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's got. How did I not read what's in it yet? I just took John's word for it. It's got B12 in it. That's why I need to stop drinking these at night. Stupid. I'm over here B12 juice in it. That's dumb. That's crazy. I haven't
But yeah,
read it.
you've been talking about them a lot. I'm gonna give them a try too.
Yeah. So they, I've been buying it, and you know what's really cool is they send us a box of them. Dude, it's like getting a box of joints. I'm like, oh my god, shit, I'm gonna use.
Right? It's kind of like the TJ Dillashaw thing. If he sent a crate over here,
It'd be sick if you sent a crate, but I don't mind supporting your company. So just I like it because I was buying them and they didn't have cardboard in the cardboard, so they were floppy a little. You guys fix that. I just got my new drop. They're all secure, shrink wrap. I'm like, there you go. That's how you do it. So yeah, drinks and guys, go get MyFitnessPal. We are not sponsored by MyFitnessPal, but just go get MyFitnessPal. It is a great app, dude. It's incredible. As long as you're staying on it, you're going to be more productive because you have to know. Say you want to eat something and you punch it in and it goes, you know, this is 1,600 calories for. You go, what? I've been eating this every day. And you go, oh, that's why I can't lose weight. I thought I was, my veggies, love Mendocino Farms. You guys make good shit. Your vegan sandwich is 1,000 calories. It's just beets, avocado, lettuce, and carrots. It's on regular bread, like sliced bread. And it has a sauce. The sauce is like 700 calories. Mm-hmm. I don't even want the sauce. I was eating it 3 times a week. Like, I'm eating veggie sandwiches, man. I gotta shed this weight. I'm over here just ruining myself. I thought I was doing great. I'm eating half of my intake on a veggie sandwich. I'll eat something way more baller and fun and do that. Stupid. So MyFitnessPal, thank you for letting me know. Still love Mendocino Farms. Mm-hmm. But I just get the salads now.
I've never actually been there.
So you don't eat meat. It's so long. I felt like such a cigarette smoker when I did. You know what I mean? Oh man, I haven't smoked a cig in so long.
Speaking of which, do you want to run this video?
Okay, I rarely laugh out loud at stupid video. Oh no, I take that all back. I rarely save stupid ass videos. Okay, this guy, you can see it. Should I bring the fart spray vape back? This guy is doing what I used to do. Hey man, you guys want to hit this? You want to try this? And have him try it.
The fart
this guy
spray
put
vape.
Fart spray in the vape. The thing is, I need you to know. I need you to pay attention. The first guy that hits it, look how disgusted his face. He looks like a puppy when you smack it on the nose and goes. And 30 minutes later, it's like that still. Are we cool? He gets watch the guy. Pay attention to everything, but the guy that hits it first. Watch him the whole time when you can. Like keep glancing, and look how traumatized he is after. Doesn't say anything. I can't.
My own flavor. I made it myself.
Bro?
Yeah, type.
Him.
What's going on, bro?
keep watching. Nah, he just goes nah.
Try to test it out.
Oh, y'all twins? Y'all got it recorded though?
No, I made it myself. That's why. I'm trying to get you
Pressure. If it's ass, I'm gonna let
Watch
you
him in the
know.
back. Watch him in the back. he's still like he's still wiping his.
Nigga, what the fuck?
It's ass. My own
It's
flavor.
ass.
Yeah,
You can't get mad because you don't want to be like, yo, your company sucks. You know what I'm saying? So you almost take it as like, you're not pranking me. I feel bad for giving you bad feedback. But the look on his face when he just he's staring at the guy hitting it. Didn't warn
Test it
him.
out.
Didn't say anything. He just let him hit it. Just watch
He went
him.
and hid behind him.
He went and hid behind the same guy. He's a twin of that guy.
Pressure. If it's ass, I'm gonna let you know.
I bet.
I don't know why I do, but that shit was so good to me. The wheat. It's ass. One time at the first cannabis cup I ever went to in my life, I was with the dude that owns Kid Robot. I feel bad. I don't remember your name, dude. It's been so long. A dude that started a couple the big weed pages. So when I went, I'm like, oh, I'm meeting the owners of these weed pages. I only like 20K. So I was like, oh man, hell yeah, what do they do? Oh, cool. I was just like learning it. So I'm like, oh, this guy owns this company. That's cool. You run that? Oh, I follow you. That's when Instagram started, right? Just first started. And I don't think the guy was pranking us. We're all just smoking in a circle. I have a picture of it, and the guy is in the picture. We're all just smoking in a circle, meeting each other for the first time. It's like early summer camp. Like, oh, you go to school there? Oh, my brother goes to school. But we're like, what's your name? Dr. Darby? Darby! I follow. And you know what I mean? Like, we're like, wait, you're high society? You're what? And they know me because I have my face on there. I'm like, what's your name? Like, so-and-so. I'm like, oh, bro, I follow you. Like, I know you follow me, dude. I'm like, So you know what I mean? I'm like finding out who these anonymous faces were. Yeah. Just to back it up. We don't know each other. We all know who we are, but we don't know each other. We only know everything about it. It's like meeting your online friends. You're just kind of like, hey, what's up, dude? Are you cool? Are you nice? I don't go out often. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys all drug dealers too? Okay. So basically, we're standing in a circle, we're smoking, and this super nice looking dude comes up. He's got I think a little longer hair. He comes up, he starts telling us, hey guys, happy cannabis cup, blah, blah, blah. He's like, so I want you guys to try out this edible. First off, big red flag. For me, I don't want to eat something you made. The fuck? What if I die? I don't know who you are. You just poison all of my friends at once? No, thank you. This is a long time ago. It was my first cup. I was trying to be nice. There's like 7 of us in a circle. And he goes, hey, so my mom, has cancer. He started explaining it why, like his mom has cancer. She has this, this. He's like, I make these edibles for her because she can't sleep. These have worked wonders. I just want to know if other people like them. If so, I want to get them out to more people. Being very cool. Like, damn, dude, that's awesome of you. Pulls out a fucking... Remember in Fight Club where he's like, I make fat out of soap out of human fat. And he has that bag of fat. That's what he pulls out. This gelatinous bag of homemade gummy worms. Not sour, delicious gummy worms. Gummy worms with nothing on them. Like to see through yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green. Generic gummy worms. I'm like, oh, I love some fucking gummy worms. So he's like, yo, I medicate these. Blah, 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 blah. They're like this big. He goes, here you go. Everybody grab one. And all of us are like, we all look at each other. We don't know each other, but we all do this look. We don't know each other. We're giving this thing like, I think we're okay. You eat it. I'll eat it. If you eat it, I'll eat it. So we all get one. I take a bite. As I take a bite, and he goes, yeah, so I infuse it, with hash oil. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he goes, yep, just throw it right in the batter, man. It's super strong. Let me know how you guys like them. I'm going to leave a little bag for you. He left us a little bag of them on top of a trash can. Real good start. And as he's talking, he's like, yeah, I put it right in there. And I go, as he says it, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck I just take? And I'm looking at the gummy worm, and I look at it. I'm like, there's no way. And I look at the guy that is high society. I look at him, and he looks at me like, I see it too. This guy just threw chunks of hash inside the batter. Didn't do anything with it. So when I look in this gummy worm, there's chunks of bubble hash, not rosin, bubble hash. The nastiest shit on earth tasting besides RSO. It tastes like earth and like.
Aren't you supposed to like melt it into
just
oil
like,
or some shit?
It's like earth and cost plus. The World Market, that store, the way it smells like foreign spices and baskets. It tastes like, ugh. So I was like, I'm chewing, I'm just doing this. Well, my mom's got cancer, so I try to help her out. What the fuck is this shit? He leaves it back. Thank you, guys. He walks away, and at the same time, all of us look at each other. Ah! We all throw it out, and we all go, did he just prank us? Did he prank us to eat trash edibles? Nope. He was genuine. He was dead serious about it. We start going through the bag, And we all start looking, oh my God. And you can see how much bubble is just, it looks like an x-ray of a snake that has a bunch of shit in it. Yeah, it was like a little snake string with little balls in it. Like, and then the girl niche we were with does this. Because I did this. I went, and it goes squeaky when your teeth get sticky, and it goes, they like almost rub like a window. She goes, oh my God. I did this, and it was like, I could feel the grime back between my teeth of bubble. Just gross. Then she starts doing this and starts scraping her teeth. And we're all talking. Not even like 30 seconds later, she just goes, ah! And there's a dab. You can take a glob on her nail of the oil. No. I don't think it was bubble hash. What am I saying? It was dark, like BHO. But when darker BHO is piled up, when not super clear BHO is not piled up, it looks dark. But once you stretch it, it looks yellow. So when she had it like this, we couldn't, and it was all like, that's right. I remember it was yellow. She had like dab worth of goo.
Reclaim?
It might have been Reclaim, dude. You know what? It might have been Reclaim. I never thought of that because he said, I make it with oil. And I went, oh, hash oil. I'm like, oh, butane hash oil, BHO. Oh, not hash, you bastard. Butane hash oil. Is this Reclaim? Is this a shit from your rig? Like, that's how I felt at the end. Like, did he just get us going like, that's that dope Yola guy. That's the guy that owns this. That's the guy that owns this. That's the guy that watch this. And like, watch me go make him eat this trash. But he's trying to be polite. Anyway, that's what I remember. And why did we talk about that?
Because the dude with the shit vape.
Shit vape. This is getting so oily, it's almost not hitting. Do you see how, look at the oil?
Yeah, it's wet.
You're not wrong. Okay.
If you want to see more outlandish videos like that, come on over to Unrestricted for horrible shit we can't show you here.
We could talk about some stupid shit on here. Unrestricted, we can say whatever we want, and we show a lot of videos because you can show that. We can do whatever we want on ours. This is our website, dopeasusualpodcast.com/unrestricted. Or just go on there and click unrestricted. You can sign up. New episode every Monday. I gotta be honest, it is a lot of fun. I feel like sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish we could just do this here. I really do wish we could. We can't show clips. It's not gonna happen. Maybe one day YouTube does this, goes, hey man, we're gonna unlock you. Feel free to get all your followers to get notifications. And we start getting 1 million views an episode. Maybe I'd turn unrestricted off and go, hey, we can do that. I'm saying if they were like, yo, you can smoke, you can show clips, don't worry about it.
Everything's different.
That's what I mean. Like if there was a world where we wouldn't get in trouble, not even the views. If we got a world where they didn't mess with us because of that, I mean, unrestricted would just be here 100,000% because why not? And we can just do 2 episodes a week. You know, every Tuesday we have an episode, but every Friday, is a solo with me and Marty.
Oh, rips and clips and music. And
dude,
shit we can think of.
Yes. See, there is that world. One day it'll be there, but right now we have to build our own site because it just does not exist. Unrestricted. Come check it out.
Episode on there.
Unexpected. It wasn't supposed to even be here.
I don't realize how funny they are. Then I watch them back a little bit.
Oh, I know. I only watch them back during the chat, so I'm not paying attention to the video. I'm only doing the chat. But sometimes I'll stop and go, what did we just say? I forget about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Especially the unrestricted because we're hitting so many different things we're reacted to. It's like,
oh, there's a lot of gems that have been on the show that I think are funny, and I forget when people show me a clip. I go, oh my God, I forgot about that. There's a lot. We're just spraying shit over here and going, oh yeah, I forgot we did that. It's fun, dude. There's a lot of little clips on there that are just ridiculous.
About to get into it right now.
Yeah, we're about to do overstreet. How long have we been here?
2:15.
2?
My
phone is dead.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody needed this one, I think.
I didn't know we've been here that long.
Dealing with Death Part 3.
I don't know.
Yeah. Still really weird. Still very strange and just.
I like talking about other stuff though. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
And then I came right back and was like, "Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, that is that episode.
The start of this was not fun at all."
First time we've really had tragedy within the show itself.
Shit, right after we met fucking Jeezy, Clay, his manager is so cool. He fucking passed away right after we met him, dude. That was crazy, man. I just texted him too. The guy was great.
It's part of this. You get to know, get to meet so many cool people. Some of them you're like kind of cool with. Some of them you never really, you bump into them in public. They might not even remember you. Some of them you become really great friends with. It's like, it's different. It's special because you come on here and do this. And then it's like, you're building together. You're like working towards something. Feeding off each other's momentum.
I just never really had anybody like be super nice to me like that and was like, "Hey man, you should do this," and I can see you doing it. And you want to do it.
Comedians are like UFC fighters. It's
it's a contest,
solo thing.
Yeah, it's a contest.
They click up and try to feed off each other's, fame or whatever. But that was the opposite of what he was doing. He's like, "Hey, I know you're brand new. You can do this. Let me make this easier for you and make it less scary." And
literally just make it less scary for you. I kept telling him like, "Bro, I'm scared as hell. I'm nervous, dude. I don't know if I want to do it, but I know I want to do it." Yeah, I know we said it earlier, but yeah, he didn't have to do that at all.
We appreciate everybody that left nice comments, and we know that that was a shock and felt horrible posting that.
Yeah.
Didn't even feel real. I was like looking for the pictures. Like, am I looking for his pictures right now to make this post? Like,
I went on Twitter and it said RIP on the top of the trending, and I went, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Because I told you, like, having a friend pass away is terrible. Having a friend pass away and you can't stop seeing it on every outlet you open your phone, like, oh God. I have to be like, "Oh yeah, this is real. That's right. Fuck." Ugh. Yeah.
Well, if you haven't watched those 2 episodes, you got 2 gems with them.
Go back. That first one is so fun, but that second one, the second one I think is even better, dude.
Yeah.
Just because his food was super seasoned already.
Yeah, and we were homies at that point, so he was more comfortable.
That too. I mean, even the first time he came in, he was cool as hell, dude.
Yeah, totally. But it was just different. We didn't know we were getting into that first one, I don't think.
No, we did not. I seen this clips. Man, this was funny.
Oh, he's from where Goblin's from? Sick. That's how it went, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, guys, we got real lucky to see our Patrice O'Neal of this generation. Not because he passed away early, but because he's ruthless, and if that fool's on stage, you should probably watch.
Don't make eye contact.
Don't look at him though. Yeah, don't get picked on. If he picks on you or if he talks to you, like, just get ready, bro. What kind of pants you wear? Because he's gonna talk shit about
If you eat something off your plate, just deal with it.
That clip is crazy, bro. Nah, I hit him up about that. I'm like, "Bro, you ate that shit off his plate?" Because he told me about it. I didn't see it. And then when I saw it, that's not giving. That's not. You don't care at all. Fool's trying to talk shit in the front row. He goes up, "I'm gonna eat your food too." You know, shit. Can we get you more? Get you more for this guy. I'm sorry. On his bill. And he walks up. Oh, dude. You got to not give a shit at all, dude. The level of confidence in that is insane.
Unprecedented.
I will get there one day to go, "You know what? I'm on stage." Hey, shut up. Put your shorts. Shut up. Because I'm mean when people are mean to me. So that's just something I don't want to happen. Because I'm a piece of shit if you're mean to me.
Yeah. As long as you're being funny, it's an art form.
Oh, yeah. I saw one today with Gareth
Reynolds.
Yes. The camera's straight here, and a lady stands up to talk to him. And the look he gives her right off the bat, I cannot relate to more. The stands up to tell him, "You're being too loud," as he's telling his fucking jokes on stage in a mic. And the first thing he sees, and he goes, "You're standing up, huh?" Like, and then he starts joking. He's like, "Oh, so you're standing?" Like, oh, the look of that face is like, oh my God, that I'm very nervous. I have an idea. I told Marty, I'm just going to bring a slingshot in my back pocket when I go on stage.
That is my style.
Oh, Bart Simpson style.
Bart Simpson style.
I am going to bring it out and just do this. Shut up. I have lots of blueberries. Put it back in my pocket. So, back to drugs.
What if you put like
Orbeez
like
gun?
a bingo ball, all right, but you wrap it in like a couple dollars. Now you shoot that at a motherfucker. Technically, you just shot some money at him. That's cool. That's nice. But it's a bingo ball, so
Marty,
it's gonna sting.
What the hell just happened? You wrap it so it's nice, so they won't call the cops.
You gave him money.
Officer, all I did was throw money to him. Oh, that was not bad, dude.
It came in the form of a bingo ball that bounced off their forehead, though.
I get it. No, I get it. Next episode, we 100% have to put Ken's picture over there because I keep getting sad looking at your face, and all I see is this fool's face behind you because this is where I look, and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. It has to be out of my view, but in my peripheral because I'm literally looking at you and just seeing this fool's face behind you, and I can't do it, dude. Don't want to do that. Maybe in a while. Bingo ball to the face. Back to, yes, hilarious. Or just shoot them. Remember Black Gallagher? I got warrants. And he shoots the watermelon and kills the guy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He does this. What the hell? Did y'all know that Gallagher, his act was actually done and bought by a black man? What a way to set up a skit that's not real. Oh, man. Black Gallagher. Watch. I know people that don't. I told John the Chappelle show, and he goes, "What is that?" I went, "Oh." If you have not seen the Chappelle show, I know who Dave Chappelle is. Go watch Dave Chappelle. The Chappelle show, Dave Chappelle. Killing Him Softly, Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
That pre-political Dave Chappelle, that is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That fool's funny, and his timing is. It's the slow reactions to his own things it doesn't happen often. No. But when this fool laughs at his own shit, sometimes it makes you want to go, "Oh my God, he broke himself. This guy's hilarious." Because he's like, you don't get that often. Or like when Eddie Murphy's doing his stand up, and you hear that girl, "Eddie, I love you," and you hear, "Shut up, bitch," and Eddie Murphy stops the show, laughs, walks, just starts doing laps and laughing. I've watched the little interview about that. The reason he's laughing his ass off, it was Charlie Murphy. "Shut up, bitch!" From the pit, turned around and yelled it at an audience member because they're filming the movie. Yeah. So he's like, "I just heard my brother's voice and I could not laugh." Like, yo, your brother is Eddie Murphy, who was hysterical, but you also have the luxury of your other brother's Charlie Murphy. That motherfucker's funny. He's not even like the comedian, and he might be funnier.
Yeah.
Just brute
his
funniness.
Personality is just
the person. Yes, but Eddie Murphy. A lot of people don't know Eddie Murphy does stand up. Did you guys know this? No. A lot of people don't. I mean, he was so famous from 85, 88 and up. Superstar.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
You don't really like Adam Sandler was a stand up.
Yeah.
Most people go, "I love that set."
Yeah.
But Eddie Murphy was as big as Kai Cenat is to the youth. Also, Matt Rife, in terms of like all the girls like him because he was the up and coming superstar on SNL. He's only 19 years old when he got on SNL. Did you know that?
No. He
was doing stand up and he was so, they're like, "Get this kid on the show." And then by the time he was on Beverly Hills Cop, he was like 24. Superstar.
Yeah.
So basically, you got to think of Eddie Murphy that's how popular he was. Like, that fool was a superstar. And people don't even remember, like most people don't even know his stand-ups. Eddie Murphy Raw and Eddie Murphy Delirious is some of the best stand-ups of all time. If you have any time, go watch them. Don't mind the outfits. It was a different time. It was a Prince, Rick James era, okay? When all the guys that look like bitches were getting all the bitches. If you could fit into your girl's pants, you were fucking crushing. You know what I'm saying, dude? If you had David Bowie hips, you were wrecking shit in the 80s. And you know what I mean by David Bowie hips? Just coked out and pale. Ooh. You know what? I know what we're starting off with Unrestricted. Let's get out of here. There's a clip of David Bowie on his intro on his debut on Soul Train. Have you ever seen it?
No.
The flyest shit that's ever been recorded. Shit's hard. Cooler than Aaliyah's outfits.
Damn.
Damn.
The Hilfiger
That
overalls.
bitch dressed hard as hell. If she had a longer shirt, she dressed like every guy that's ever wanted to look like a hard ass fool in New York that's ever dressed was basing off Aaliyah. Think about it. They just had longer shirts. They're wearing the same shit as Aaliyah was rocking, dude. She's hard. Did you call Selena the Mexican Aaliyah? It was you, right? Yeah. You're like, you mean Mexican Selena or Mexican Aaliyah? I go, oh, you're not far off though. She was a superstar for the Mexicans, but I've never heard anyone say Selena, the Mexican Aaliyah. Oh my God. The two genres couldn't be farther apart.
That one just came to me, folks.
Oh, I remember when I was a kid, because my mom looks like Jennifer Lopez when she was younger. Like when Jennifer Lopez was a fly girl on Living Color.
Yeah.
Looks just like my mom. The same hair, the same outfits, everything. My mom would try to dress like Madonna when she was younger, which is what everybody wanted to do. And I was at the Merced Mall. I was like maybe 4. I know it wasn't in school. And somebody came and asked my mom for an autograph. I remember that, dude. I'll never forget. My mom had big ass crunchy 90s hair. And they thought she was Selena. Doesn't even look like my mom. I think they thought, oh, you look like her. You must be. Look at the way you're dressed.
Did your mom think she looked like J-Lo?
My mom looked a lot like Jennifer Lopez when Jennifer Lopez was young, though.
Did she think she was getting recognized as J-Lo?
My mom signed and went, oh my God.
She signed to J-Lo?
I'm like, Mom, what is that? She's like, they just thought I was somebody else. My mom just like was like, oh yeah, just did it because my mom don't talk to nobody. She was mean back then too, dude. So I just thought it was funny. So I remember one time like, my mom just signed something. Why? And she's like, they think I'm somebody else. And when I got older, I'm like, oh, J-Lo, Fly Girl's J-Lo. My mom looks like her. But obviously, she doesn't. Selena would be dead right now if J-Lo was popular. She played her after her death. So did they think she was Selena or J-Lo? Doesn't make sense to me. But I remember going, who do they think you are? That was it. It was really funny. Fly Girl's J-Lo looks just like my mom when I was a kid. It's really stupid. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, I think it's funny. My Uncle John, his best friend Billy, looked so much like Basketball Diaries Leo. And he worked at Hometown. And not a month, not every, often, but every month at least, a group of Asian girls would take pictures with him thinking he's f***ing Leonardo DiCaprio working at a Hometown buffet. And it was always Asian foreign people. Every time my Uncle John and him worked at Hometown. So we would go there all the time. That's where Chorge was invented. My uncle had an invention of the cups at Hometown have 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 of little diamond designs. So it's like little layers on the cup. Like old Coca-Cola cups, they have little or cherry Coke, 2 lines of orange soda.
Oh, gotcha.
George. And I would make it all the time. And it was stupid. But that's how often we went. And I used to scrape part of the top of the macaroni and then scoop it on. Oh, I was a little bastard as a kid. If I was the first one to get the macaroni, you guys lost, bro. I was scraping 20% more than I was scooping just the crust. A little fat fuck. And I don't know how many times John had taken little Snoke like cell phone pictures of people gathered around Billy taking pictures with him. They really thought he was Leonardo DiCaprio. He's working as a busboy. Do you really? In Merced. We're not even in LA, dude. We're right by the Merced Mall. And I remember thinking, like, I thought he looked just like him, so I get it. If I was a foreign Asian girl, it was Titanic just came out. Why would he be working there? Anyway, my uncle's friend looked just like Leo. That was it.
Damn. I never knew anybody that got mistooken to that point.
Who else? I don't think I have any other friends that look like anybody. I don't have any other story.
That's insane to get profiled as Leo at
Hometown buffet.
In the Titanic era. That
originally Chuck E. Cheese, but somebody was selling drugs out of the Chuck E. Cheese, and they went, "Hey, shut this business down. Put a different restaurant. Like that's going to solve it." What the? I remember the time. I remember I went by. We drove by. Where's Chuck E. Cheese? And it was gone. Fat.
Chucky was trapping out of the back.
Somebody was doing something. Yeah. Then I find out my Uncle Greg, the one you met at TED Talk,
yeah,
he was Chucky all through high school. He's like, "Yeah, I used to have the suit on." And I'm like, "No, you didn't." We're like, "Yeah, it was Chucky." And I found a picture of him holding the head, and he's in the outfit at Chuck E. Cheese. Like I could, incredible. That's it. Let's get out of here.
We appreciate you guys.
They've been here for 2.5 hours. Wow. Flew by, dude. All right. So, sorry to ruin your mood. But yeah. Nothing else to say. Yeah. That's it, dude. We'll say, yeah, let's put out Ken's set from the live show.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I almost threw up.
Yeah, I know.
I got spit like coming out the back of my right where it meets my tongue, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to throw up." Wow, I got it to where like the tears build, like I feel the acids. I went, no, I'm gonna fucking
from
throw
a
up
story
from a story on stage. My first time on stage.
You want to see Ken and Yola do the hot box? Come on.
Oh god. Oh, that's right. I looked at Ken. We're in the box. I'm looking at his face. I'm like, "Yo, we're too fat for this." I was like, "We're way too fat for this." He goes, "Dog, I can't even fucking breathe already." I was like, "Oh no!" And then I watched your face, the first one when you just disappeared.
Yeah.
What a champ for hanging in there on that one. That was disgusting. You know what's so weird? That was only 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, it was in August.
4 months ago. Doesn't it seem like years ago?
Yeah, that show feels at least 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. I was going through my texts, and I was like, "What's the last thing we were talking about?" And then this fool's like, "Hey, I just watched your wedding video with my girl. That shit was tight." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." The next one, a couple days later, my girl left me, so if you want to hang out, I was like, "No, what the fuck, dude? Did you guys watch that?" Go, "I'm never gonna marry you like that. So we might as well break the fuck up." I don't know why, but I was like, "Oh, the next text," because he hit me. He was like, "You at the warehouse?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I was trying to smoke. I got some time." I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm at home today." He's like, "All right, well, my girl left me. If you want to hang out." I was like, "Oh shit, dude."
I wonder what the last straw was. She went through so much.
She put up so much. Oh, you're oozing? I got you. Don't worry. You shit yourself hitting the blunt. Again. Yo, this man, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, man, those videos. I'm so happy we have those 2 episodes because those are so fucking funny. Yeah. Those are a set in and of itself. That shit is so damn funny. All right. Let's get out of here. Marty, thank you.
Sir. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Next week, it will be officially our 4th year. End of year 4, start of year 5, essentially. And like we always say, like I always try to take one little thing from each person, try to remember, like, oh yeah, I remember he said this, and that's why I try to apply it to that. Like Brian Ortega, I went and got the IV shot. Because he's like, don't be a bitch, it should be good for you. I'm like, all right. He's like, what do you say? You have to go through bad shit to make shit, or do the tough stuff that makes life easier. Like, you're right. So I guess from Ken, we can just say, you can be yourself fully.
Completely.
That's what you have to take away from him.
And people will just love you for it.
Nothing was held back. Not even the shit you should have held back.
Literally.
You can just be everything you've ever thought. And who cares? Like, no lie. I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I can't say whatever I want and shit on anything and say whatever I want. It's this motherfucker did, and it was fine. So that's one thing you can show, like, oh, you can just rip into people and then be funny. All right, let's do it. So you can be yourself and say whatever you want as long as it's not hateful. And just be yourself. Look at this motherfucker, man.
Work hard. Look what he accomplished. I mean, this fool had Fluffy bring him back to his hometown to open up for him in an arena. You know, a couple of years into a comedy career. Like, had Kevin Hart's company put out his first special, and it's been like, I don't know. I worked in comedy for a long time. It doesn't happen like that. Like, dudes eat shit for 10 years before anybody even thinks of knowing who they are. This fool was in this like a couple of years, and he had this whole thing going, so it just makes it extra tragic. I'm glad he came through here. I'm glad it.
And shout out to whoever fucking showed us him. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Dudo. Somebody told us, like, check out Ken Flores. Well, who's that? And they showed me a picture. Go, oh, this big ass fool. Hell yeah. I've seen his clips. Somebody told me, I can't remember. And then was like, yo, let's book his ass. And I DM'd him. I can't remember who said it. I know it was a guest. So shout out to you, whoever it was. Really appreciate that. All right, guys. Let's wrap this up. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. I hope you guys take away stuff from these episodes. And these episodes are not just episodes, like they're a deeper look into people. It's really what this is. A deeper look into people's stories and lives that you would never know before. Sometimes you might not need to know that, you know, you had to move crusty shit to sit down with your bare ass in an RV with hookers. You know, maybe the world didn't need to know that, but I'm glad we did.
Now we all have that visual in our minds.
And every time I pass a Costco, I'm looking for RVs. Every single time, pretty sure I found which one he's talking about. I was in Van Nuys, passing a Costco, and went, row of RVs. That's where Ken's talking. I'm not lying. I'm not even exaggerating. I passed one in was it Van Nuys? Or like Silmar or some shit. I don't know this area that well. But I remember going and I looked at my map, go, this has got to be it. He said there was apartments. There's apartments right there. Like, this is it, dude. I'm like, let's put myself, I'm going to go get a piece of pizza. All right, now I can really feel like.
Let me go hit the Pookie real quick.
What did he say? It's like, I can't jack off in your bathroom. That's disrespectful. Even though I just snorted a bunch of drugs in there. It stinks in the house. I've been up all night. What? Why does it stink? I don't know, dude. You know, because I'm awake. Like, what the fuck? You're just smoldering and shit. Stinks. It's all the sulfur burning off. All right. Yo, I can just talk about other shit. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's get out of here, guys. Let's get out of here on a fun note. Go watch those first 2 episodes because they are classic. They're so damn funny. They're so good, man. And he said April or May, his special's coming out. I don't know. That's what he told me. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. From Marty and I, this is the Dope as Usual podcast. We're here to talk about life. There it is. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We're going to roll right into Unrestricted. DopeAsUsual.com. DopeAsUsualPodcast.com. Where Unrestricted lives. Let's go have fun and smoke because not fun. Today sucks. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Yeah, that's it. Until next time, have a dope ass day.
Good job.